Yo, what it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy, Chef. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another edition of our evening debauchery. I want to thank you guys for coming through today. We're going to be discussing an interesting topic. We're going to keep it spicy. You know what I'm saying? Spicy, but not too spicy where I'm not able to monetize this joint. You catch what I'm saying? I got kids to feed. Nonetheless, I hope everybody's blessed. Let me go give my shout outs real quick before I bring the Jedi Knights in. We got Quantum Love, always holding it down. Queen Nita, I see you. Quantum, all right. Queen Nita, Loverboy Lenski, hurry back. I see you. Danique, my dude, the editor of the century. Check him out, holler at him. This guy is the truth. The truth. God's son. Uh-oh. Hey, I see you. Just be ready. I hope you got that suit of armor up, right? He said he's trying to piss somebody off tonight. I see you. All right. God's son. It's truth. Wait. It's truth. Is this truth? I don't know. What's up, Natalie? How you doing, Natalie? What's up? Big Lensky. So, hey, Mishi. I see you. I'm about to put something up on the screen real quick, just so you can see what we're playing with today. Hey, Wealth Health. What's going on? You see it. It's cheating the new normal. Monogamy versus polygyny. Monogamy versus polygyny. I don't know. When I was trying to situate the thumbnail photo, I thought this was a pretty ill one. Just look at it. Look at that. Wow. Wild. So, without further ado, what I want to do is bring the fellas up, the Jedi Knights. And if you understand, or if you watched any of the Conversations with Kings, any of my post-game shows, any of the shows that have taken place on this channel, you'll understand the depths of knowledge, grace, awareness, and psychological prowess that these two gentlemen exude. First up, going in order, my man Just Vic, aka Victor Freeze. What it do, family?
What's going on, Big Chef?
Chilling, man. How are you?
Hey, just another one, bro.
Uh-oh.
Get ready for combat,
I already see you, Black Light
I'm wearing
Man.
I'm wearing the white hoodie because I know what my brother wearing.
All right, you look like a Halo character right now. Hold on one second. 100 Watts. What's going on, my brother?
What's happening?
Okay.
What it is? I go by the name of 100 Watts. What's happening?
Chilling, fellas. Chilling. Let these folks know your math real quick, so that we, so they don't forget that they have to support. Please.
Wait,
I got you. All right. What's happening? What it is? I go by the name of 100 Watts. I love those that love me. This is what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to go to YouTube, search Earning My Stripes podcast, subscribe and hit that bell. Got plenty work coming. We about to get right back on this sports wave as well. You know what I'm saying? Christmas is when the basketball season starts, so we about to be heavy in the basketball season. Earning My Stripes podcast going on. Pops Knows Best also going on right now. The news, I pop up with my lives every now and then. So make sure you go to Earning My Stripes podcast. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. Lock in with your boy one time.
You heard it here first. Victor Freeze, let them know what's going on. Let them know if there's anything that you need them to direct their attentions to, family.
All the party people out there in Yulewood. What's up? You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. So without further ado, that's Yoda. We the Jedis, and that's just what it is. All right. Now this is Victor Freeze that's talking to you. Victor Freeze Music if you want to find me. Now, if you go to Victor Freeze Music and go to the About tab, then you can find all of my other connections, and you can find me at most social media sites there. As far as what I'm actually putting on YouTube is going to be my music, and we're actually going to be doing some of our own podcast over there. We're going to have some of those usual faces you're used to seeing over there. We're going to be doing our thing too. So just check it out. Go ahead and subscribe. I like to leave my cards on the table till they all get dealt. You know what I mean? But when the things start breaking down, y'all gonna know what time it is. So just go subscribe and wait for the action.
Y'all gonna know. What's up, Dawn?
Y'all play spades?
Bro.
You know what time it is.
I just wanted to ask. Random question.
Son, do we play spades? Got to figure
You gotta
out
have your black card.
we got to figure out a way to utilize one of those apps and run it over Twitch. Oh damn! But it would show the
Look,
screen.
bro. Who played poker though?
Come on, man! I play poker. I told you. I go. Look, I put it to you this way. I haven't paid for a casino stay, a hotel casino stay in Vegas in like a decade.
That's how you doing it?
They'll give me, free room and then give me money to gamble and then money to eat.
Like Daniel Ivey.
You mean Phil Ivey?
Phil Ivey, you know what I'm talking about. I'm thinking of Day in the Garden.
Yeah, I sat at the table with him years ago.
Nothing too major, just a little flex. You feel me?
Nah, listen. The thing is, you don't even have. There's people that go and play the penny slots, and they'll, offer them free rooms just to keep them there and spending money. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not really a young dude like that, fam. So it's, what I mean? I've been doing it for a minute, so I know certain things. I'm actually thinking about within the next, between now and the first, go do a few days out there, kick it out there for a few days, get some good footage, because some of my favorite restaurants are out there. Maybe
some good people out there too, from what I understand.
Yeah, there's a lot of good folks out there, man. You know what I mean? They got the Las Vegas AME church that's down off of Flamingo.
Say what? What?
You can't gamble with the law. But yeah, man. So let's talk about. Let's just get a little spicy. Let's talk about this thing again here. And when I bring it up, for me, when I look at it, it's like, yo, man, is it the new normal? It seems as though some of the stigmas, what's up, Afi? It seems as though some of the stigmas from cheating have been removed by society. It feels as though, and I'm throwing this out there for y'all to crunch, it feels as though infidelity has somehow been normalized to the extent that the stigma is not there as much, and it's an accepted thing, right? So, what do you guys think about that?
I don't know, man. Most women I talk to, they still say that cheating is their number one deal breaker. Like, that's the one thing they don't.
That's the word on the street.
That's the one thing they don't accept. That's the word on the street. I mean, you don't believe him?
Nah, I don't believe him. I don't.
So tell me about that.
Please expound.
Tell me about it. Right.
Listen, man.
Sips tea.
Listen. The wildest women. Listen, I used to do security at a bowling alley, right? So I see people when they come in, and I see them when they leave. Now it was a big bowling alley, so don't think of a regular bowling. It might as well have been a club. It got a whole karaoke bar in there, a billiards area, 3 bars, VIP lounge. It's not no regular bowling alley. Now I see families walk in, and I see individuals walk out. And I mean, to the point where I had a lady try to take me with her and her husband. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So
Wait
Cuckold.
a mother.
Cuckold.
listen, this
Wait a
is a
minute.
wild world. You know what I'm saying? This is a wild world. You know, Atlanta got its own set of issues. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh
right
man.
now, as far as how the ladies, no matter the age, they just feeling liberated, and they don't want to be, if they not happy, including emotional and sexual, they trying other things, and they monkey bar guys. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't want to jump too deep into the main question too early yet, but I mean, if 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 her and her husband picking you up, are we talking about cheating right now?
Right.
Now see. Okay, that might be a technicality, so throw that out.
So here's what I'm going to do first, because I want to make sure that we keep this thing here clinically pure, because
Okay.
there's a term, there's an actual term for that particular situation. All right. And that
It's
term
called
is
something I don't want any part of.
called being a
I
cuckold.
don't know, man. You say that now. What?
It's called being a
Say that
cuckold.
now.
All right. And
Ah,
it's spelled Cuckold. I just put the definition into the chat. All right. And I'm going to put the other piece of it as well. So it states a cuckold is the husband of an adulterous wife. So let me put that up on the screen for y'all so everybody can see it.
Now, Vic,
A
I know
cuckold is
you
the
know.
husband of an adulterous wife,
hold up, yeah, hold up.
or the wife of an adulterous husband is a cuckween, right? And then I'm going to give you the other piece. In biology, a cuckold is also a male who unwittingly invests parental effort in juveniles who are not genetically his offspring.
Wow.
If you're from Jamaica, they call that a jacket.
Yeah, that's what you was talking about.
And that's called you in the jacket, right? So now, those were the two. Now go ahead, come with it.
Now, Vic, I know
Go ahead, what?
this some YouTube shit, right? We ain't never really kicked it like that, but we spent quite some hours communicating with each other, my brother.
Okay.
Do you have any belief in that there is a fiber in me that wants to be a fucking cuckold, cuz?
Oh no.
Oh, I
That
mean,
was
because
no shot.
you were saying you say that now.
No, I'm
No,
just saying nah. Listen, all right, never mind. Hey,
I just had to I just didn't want to
no,
zoom
that's fair.
past
That's
that.
fair. That's fair because I left it out there. I left
Yeah,
it
we
out
can't
there so we
do
can clean it up, put it in a nice little bowl, sweep it up under the rug. But nah, I was just saying on the strength that I know people when they get older in their relationships, as their sexual relationships mature, and people, you know what I'm saying, they want to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? They do different things, man. So there's whole clubs in Atlanta dedicated to like publicly, like it's a known thing. It's not a secret. You know what I mean? Where
Peace,
there's couples. There's
trapeze.
couples. Yeah, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole lifestyle. It's a lot of lifestyles now because the internet has connected everybody. You know what I mean? That's why you can't
Damn it.
contain your woman like that no more. She got the whole world at her hands. You gotta be her best option for real.
There was
Mm.
somebody, damn, you know what? It just clicked to me. There was somebody, JP, man, I gotta hit up JP, man. Because one of the things she stated that when she was married, she lived the swingers lifestyle.
Oh wow, never heard that.
Yeah, man. So let's talk about that because that kind of delves into part of the conversation. Why do you think that folks would actually enter into those types of relationships or actually allow that? Do you think that it's really them trying something new? Do you feel it's them walking themselves into a dangerous path? Or do you figure it was just one person being slick talking the other person into some bullshit?
I would definitely have to see some numbers in terms of how many of these relationships end up getting divorced. Because to me, like, I don't know, everybody do whatever make them happy. You feel me? They make their own arrangement. Some people like wild shit like that. But personally, in my mind, that just sounds like some you know, hey, we done tried everything, nothing worked. Let's see if this gonna work, and if it don't, then we just done type. Like that's just what it sounds like to me.
Listen, some of these folks out here, bro, they don't have a tame sexual background. It's extreme, and they like different things. You know what I'm saying? And if you, we always talking about is body count important? Okay, you can be the girl doing the. Okay, I'll tell you the is a hoe, and then there's a freak, and then there's a freak hoe. You understand what I'm saying? And they're not the same things, because a hoe might be sleeping around, but she might not give no dome. She might say, I don't believe in that. I don't be kissing dudes in the mouth, but you can hit it. You know what I'm saying? But a freak might only be messing with two guys, but she's doing any and everything that she and they want. And you don't want the parts of freak hoe, because you can understand the math. So when you dealing with people who have these sexual pasts, yet you don't know of their sexual past. You just know you just met them and they're beautiful and they have all of the other attributes that you would like to see. You know what I'm saying? They've matured past their whole phase. You know what I'm saying? You catching them right on time just to be the savior, the white knight. You know what I'm saying? So once you engage in a relationship with that person, and you realize that, hey, she always trying to push the bar just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, can I satisfy her? Like she's saying it's all good, but I can tell she want more. She watching porn on the low. I done caught like you know what I'm saying? Listen, it's not always the man that's hypersexualized. You know what I'm saying? So you have to offer yourself the opportunity to believe, like, okay, when you actually tune in to your lady and see what she really like and what she really want and how far she's really come in her sexual evolution, then you have to be willing to accept the fact that there's some dark shit in there that you may not co-sign to, but if you with her long term, you might have to bend on some of those.
So I got to put, Danique, so it was just one nipple, huh?
Whoa, hold on, what we did?
Wait a minute, you must have missed something.
Just one.
You got to put that up on the screen. Wait a minute.
It's just one.
Just that one. swipe right.
Oh, what up, TD?
Oh, wow.
Draper on deck. What up, y'all? But yeah, so
I hear what you're saying, bro, but yeah, nah,
he's trying to
I'm
sound
cool.
smart, yo, man. It's whatever.
I'm cool, bro. Like, because oh no, it took, for one, I personally, this is me speaking personally, these are the thoughts of 100 watts and 100 watts only. Look, man, I don't need too many people in a room with me in order to be able to accomplish what needs to be accomplished when it comes to sex. It's just unnecessary to me. I don't see it as a point. And at a certain point, like, it just, like, swingers, you talking like, oh man, you like a swingers club? It's too many naked people in that room. Like, it's nasty. It's nasty as hell. I can't.
See, thinking of an orgy. You thinking of an orgy.
I mean,
That's
but no,
not
but the swingers lifestyle, like he was talking about the swingers lifestyle. Sometimes this ends up where it's 2 or 3 couples in a Airbnb, and they all, eat dinner and get drunk and passing each other around.
True.
Even if it's in different rooms, that's too much. That shit nasty.
Okay, I respect that opinion.
Again, personal opinion. This is where I'm at, but it just, I don't know. And then wouldn't you say that? Okay, here's a question. Would you say that there's a certain line in terms of the things that people do sexually where it might be trauma based?
Trauma based.
So that reverts back to one of the earlier conversations we had on Conversations with King related to Stockholm Syndrome, right? And remember, Stockholm Syndrome was basically the syndrome where women or anybody that experienced a major trauma began to feel a weird intrinsic connection to their abuser. And that came from the story. I'm going to pull it up for y'all too. It came from the story of Patty Hearst. There was two, actually. There was one situation where some folks were kidnapped from a bank in Stockholm, and at some point they didn't want to leave their captors. They gained a certain love for their captors. And then there was one of the guys who was one of the richest men in the world, Randolph Hearst. And Hearst owned Hearst Publications, which pretty much owned majority of the publications, newspapers, magazines around the world. His granddaughter, Patty, had gotten kidnapped for a heavy ransom. Ransom wasn't paid. They kept her for a while. Next thing you know, ransom was paid. She still wasn't back. She was kidnapped by a group called the Symbionese Liberation Army. It was a French group. You can Google everything I'm saying. I ain't making it up. The Symbionese, Symbionese. Anyway, Symbionese Liberation Army, they kidnapped her. Next thing you know, they couldn't find her for a minute. Eventually, they found there was some banks that were being robbed. And they see her down with them now, robbing banks with them. They were her captors. So they call that Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome manifests itself with regular, everyday people. You know, they talk about those relationships where, did you know that there's relationships that started based on the R word? There's lots of situations where the first sexual experience a woman might have had with a man, he might have been over aggressive and taken. Why does Stockholm Syndrome play a piece? Well, Stockholm Syndrome is a mental defect. It's a mental infarction. Why? Because we have certain things within our brain called mental defense mechanisms. Mental defense mechanisms. It happens. Adrenaline pumps. Our brain doesn't want us to recognize the trauma, which can be the most debilitating trauma. So it almost makes us feel like we want it or we deserved it, so that we don't feel like the worst was taken. It's a psychological defense mechanism. And it's the things that are their captor. It's not made up. And in all honesty, you know, it's something that's impacted a lot of people. You know, Stockholm Syndrome, it could go all the way. It can go all the way down to, you know, even us as a people within our society and how we view things and what we accept. And, you know, and they say, if you can't lick them, join them. If you can't beat them, join them. That's also a psychological defense mechanism, which is on the spectrum with Stockholm Syndrome. So I agree. I said all of that to say I agree with the piece, but I had to give the science, be clinical about it, because it's a real thing that some people really don't want it, but they know that the mate that they have wants it. You know, they know the mate that they have wants it, so they almost make themselves want it or make themselves feel as though they want it. They make themselves, here's another piece of Stockholm Syndrome. You got a husband and you got a wife. The wife wants to do something the husband doesn't want to do. She's strong-willed. He's strong-willed. But no matter what she wants, he doesn't want to do something she wants to do. But as a couple, they end up doing it. And what does he say? Yeah, we decided that it was going to be best to do this. Nah, motherfucker. She decided. But at this point, you know that you were not going to win. So you acquiesced into a position of partnership in the decision. You feel what I'm saying? And what happens is, in that situation, it looks like it was us. Or a situation where the man wanted to do something and she didn't want to do something. And he was strong-willed. And she ended up acquiescing. She's not going to tell her girls, girl, he forced me into this shit. No, she's going to be like, Yeah, girl. So we decided to go to the game and tailgate with his boys, and then they're gonna go to the strip club, and I'm gonna sit at my mama's house for a few hours. You know, I figured it was the best thing for us to do. You get me? That's Stockholm syndrome as well, making yourself believe that you wanted to do something you didn't want to do. What y'all think about that?
Here's why I posed the question that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Right, recently, like within the last year or so, I was introduced into the BDSM space.
Woo!
Right? Of course, I've known it exists, but I've never, been inside of that space. Now, here's how it was.
You're a brave soul.
Here's how it was brought to me. Okay.
I grew up with a Haitian mom, my dude. I had all the spankings that I needed in my life. I'm good.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
No, but look. This is what I'm saying. So, in speaking to her, she explained to me how BDSM it's split into two different spaces, right? When people hear that, the first thing you think about is the whips and the chains and being tied up and all the crazy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the SM part. The BD,
you the Yoda. You Yoda in this thing here, bro. Talk to me, Mr.
Right.
Miyagi.
So the BD, it was the DS, right? So basically, what she suggested was she wanted me to be her dom, and she would agree to be my sub, right? And this was all based on how I talk to her, carry myself, all of this other kind of stuff. But once she opened that up,
shut up.
Oh. But once she opened that.
Wait, you mute?
Once she opened that door, huh?
Oh, okay.
I started doing research. I wanted to start finding out more about it, right? So in the SM part of it, a lot of, from my understanding, of course, not all, some, not all. If Jen is here, I don't know Jen here right now, but some, not all, right? But a lot of times, what happens is the ones that's in that space are victims of assault or something of that sort. So it's like, in order for them to be pleased, they have to be taken back to that place where they were assaulted. So that's how they get off, pretty much. And that's why I asked, do you think that there are certain things that people get into that's trauma based?
I think trauma can be the source of it, or curiosity can be the source of it, or your curiosity can lead you to a trauma. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stories on both sides of the aisle about things that didn't happen to people. That's why they make the preferences they make. But the fact of the matter is, everybody's got their own story or what made them what they are. So when you meet them, you meeting them where they are along that journey. So whether they then went all the way out there and then came back and now they acting shy and shit, or they still out there in the water, you know what I mean? But
trying to bust it wide
open. It's gonna be a while before you recognize.
That's an interesting space. I mean, because you were talking about polygamy and monogamy, and I definitely thought about that. As soon as I saw the thumbnail, that was the first thing that I thought about, because that's definitely a nice conversation piece. That's right. And I see it's a flower in the chat talking about she got a story. You need to hop yourself up here and let's talk about it.
Yeah,
share it with us.
Talking about what y'all trying to like. What's up? Talk about it.
Because it's still brand new to me. Please enlighten us.
Tell me this, what?
What's happening?
If you met this dope girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all was just quote unquote compatible in all of these other ways, and you had a great conversation, and you was like, you know what, man? I'm about to take her up through there, man. I think you know what I'm saying? And then you're like, okay, you think you got it all down. You didn't listen to how she talks and what she like. Okay, cool. But when you get there, it's a little more intense than you used to. So the question I ask you is, have you ever been out freaked?
Yeah, that's happened before. That's happened before. Yes, that's happened before.
All right. Okay.
Great question.
Talk about it, Chef.
Yeah.
Talk about it, Chef.
Shit, I said great question. Leave me alone. Nah. Yo, there's a woman, a type of woman, a certain feminine archetype that exists. And what's funny is I called them the free bird, the loving muse. King calls them rebel soul, right? Those were those girls that were beautiful, but they were artistic. They were like so fun, and they didn't act or think like the regular girls. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they would come into your life at a point where you might not have thought that you were at your best, but it didn't matter because they treated you like you were all the way up there, even if you felt you were there, and they were bad. And the energies that they brought about, you know, you don't always get those, and they do not, what's weird is they do not end up becoming your wife, but they become an interesting part in the evolution of your life because you actually learn from them. You're people who, when they have a muse, that person that's a muse within their life stirs something within them. You know, if you understand that they were muses, you know, in Greek mythology, you know, and then the muses, what they were they literally, they were 9 muses, right? And the muses were like goddesses. And what they were all daughters of Zeus. You know what I'm saying? And they each represented a different thing. They each represented a different thing. You know, Talia, she was the muse of poetry and comedy. You know what I mean? She's the one that's always holding the comic mask. You have Melpomene. She's the muse of tragedy. Cleo, the muse of history. Euterpe, muse of poetry. Terpsichore, muse of music and dancing. Eridu, muse of erotic poetry. Okay, that nasty talk. Calliope, a lot of people hear about Calliope. She was a muse of epic poetry and rhetoric. Shit talk. You know, Urania, she was a muse of astronomy, and Polymenia, she was a muse of sacred hymns and harmony. What are muses? Now, we talk about them in Greek, but muses were those women that stirred something up within great men that made them better. And yes, Quantum Love, Rebel Soul is actually within King's book, Love and Life Through the Eyes of Travel. Get it? It's a dope book. Now, when you talk about those muses, many people had their muses. You know, if it was, who was it? Shakespeare and what's her name? Anne Hathaway. Then you had, you know, Leonardo da Vinci and Mona Lisa, his most epic painting. You know, Frida Kahlo, she had her muse. You know, different people had their muses, and what those people meant to them. Yo, we good?
No, I'm sorry. I saw prenup pop up.
Oh, right,
He
yo.
said prenup first, and it was just
Right.
like based on what you're talking about, he said prenup first. I'm sorry.
Right. No. He's gonna listen. He gonna give the prenup before they smash. I know this guy, Rucker. It's the date prenuptial, but
Hey,
a muse,
say,
your
Salisha
muse,
want to come
they
up.
teach you. Yeah, come
They
through.
just dropped the link.
The link is in there. I'm gonna drop it again.
No, it's already good. They dropped it.
All right, cool. So yeah, man,
Come on up here, Quantum. Stop acting like that.
That muse is gonna be the one that teaches you something, and it's gonna be the thing that teaches you certain things that make you actually sharper, stronger, more leaner, and more skilled for your future woman.
Now, in saying all of that, because y'all not gonna leave me on this ledge. Either one of y'all been out freak?
Let me say this real quick. Hold on. Truth, you gotta restart your phone, bro, because it's showing your device is not connected. I'm gonna kick you, and I want you to restart it and try to join back in. Go ahead.
Either one of you fellas? Either one of y'all been out freak?
Yes, I've been. Yes.
Hey, Hey,
You
you
need
can
to
only
be
say,
yo.
you gonna tell your story? You gonna tell your story? Or you ain't gonna tell that story? Can't tell that story.
Ooh, me? I can tell mine. I had to
Tell the
leave.
story, cuz. Tell the story, cuz.
I had to leave. Okay. So it's pretty much sound like you said. Me and Shorty, we ran across each other like in a physical form, you know what I'm saying? It was like at a store or something. Ran across each other. I chopped game, got her number. We text each other for like a week or two, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to see where her mind at. We ended up linking up for a date. Cool. Went on a date. Everything was cool. Took her back to her crib, right? Dropped her off. You want to come upstairs? Boom. Knocked it out that way. The first time, everything was straight. Now, later on, she hit me. She was like, yo, this weekend, I'm not going to be doing nothing. You need to come through. All right, cool. Say less. As soon as I get off work, I'm going to slide through your way. She said, all right, bet. I'm going to set everything up. It's going to be nice. I got a surprise for you. All right, cool. Came in, everything was, normal. She had the candles in the room and it was smelling good and all of that. She did a nice little thing right there, right? Now, in the swing of things, she hopped up and said, I want to try something. Bruh, opened the bottom drawer to the dresser right next to her bed, opened the bottom drawer, pulled the strap out. It was like, yeah, no, I'm cool.
Whoa,
I'm
like,
cool.
like.
Wait. You said a strap out. So you mean like she was gonna pistol whip you or
Nah, bruh. Ain't no ammo. Ain't no ammo for this one. Ain't no ammo.
she was in it. We call that gun butt.
No.
You got that
I
pink 22?
left immediately, my guy. Left immediately.
Bruh. What if it was for her?
Huh?
What if it was for her?
What, I'm gonna put it on?
Look, he wanted to make
What
sure.
you thought was about to happen, bro?
He wanted to make sure he left. He wanted to make sure he retained the structural integrity of all of his stuff. Uh-oh.
There was no situation where that was about to be used while I was here, bro. Like,
Hey, look, you just got up and walked out, bruh.
Bruh, you think I'm playing?
Oh shit.
Guess what, y'all? We have a brave flower in the garden.
Ooh.
Stepping up.
I bet she got a story of using it on somebody. I bet she do.
Uh-oh. But remember, we gotta use special words, you know what I mean?
Hello, gentlemen.
What's going on, Flower? How you doing?
Good
get some name tags,
evening.
Chef.
Good evening.
Oh, there you go.
I don't even know how to work StreamYard, so I was just like, let me hop up.
No, you good.
Okay.
Welcome. Thank you for joining.
We're glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here. I watch you guys. I usually have to get up at like 3 a.m, so I can't really kind of get in a conversation usually. But tonight I was like, okay, spicy. So let me get up in here.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, but I have a little bit of a BDSM story. So this was in my like early years when I was probably around 21, 22. And I had a best friend and her sister was, I know y'all all heard about this back in the day. She was into the whole Craigslist lifestyle, I guess, like giving massages and stuff like that.
Backpage.
Yeah, but
Backpage.
I was very green at those ages. I didn't know anything about that. I just didn't know anything about that. So basically the girl one day, she's like, oh, come with me, blah, blah, blah. Massage this, that. So I don't know anything that's going on. So I'm like, okay, cool. So she meets with this guy, older guy, white guy, doctor downtown. And me personally, no disrespect, but I've just never been into white men. So one day the guy's like, you're beautiful, blah, 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 blah. I like when girls get rough with me. And, I come from a background where,
Braggy?
I wanted to give some reparations out. I felt like a little bit. So I'm thinking I would be down with it. And no, it goes a little too extreme. Oh, trust me. You thinking that you're going to get enjoyment out of meeting you will a little bit, but they can go to a level where I forgot what the term is. But before you get to those safe words or whatever they have, there's something like, I forgot what it's called, but it's like an extreme.
Lobster tails. Lobster tails.
Yeah, it's like an extreme.
That's my safe word.
BDSM, and it's like where people get broken bones and all types of stuff. So this person wanted you I guess too, you didn't have to do anything sexual. You had to walk around. It was a little sexual, but not like you had to touch him or anything. But you had to walk around in heels, and he wanted with the heel for you to step on his thing. That was a little too much. And I was just like, how is this person getting pleasure out of this? How is it? Yeah,
that's trauma, cuz. That shit
fun,
is
and I was
trauma, cuz.
this is not for me. Oh, thank you, Loverboy Linsky. Some dude on some other app told me I sound like a boy. You know how to be like your mom, but but yeah, it was a little crazy. So I know my BDSM story isn't that interesting, but I got a little taste into that, and I was just like, wow, this is a whole world out here, where even to the point where I bartend, and I used to bartend in various nightclubs, and I've been offered to work for private spots. I actually worked at a private spot as a bartender. I'm talking about 36th Street, right around the corner from like Lloyd and Taylor's. You think it's a studio, and you could be.
You back home? You up top? You in? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your location.
I'm in New York. I'm Harlem all day.
Okay.
So yeah. So you would be shocked of what goes on behind closed doors. But for me, that part wasn't for me. Like, I thought I would love the beating thing, I thought I was good. I'm like, yeah, you might be mad at the dude. Like, no, I think you just have to have that in you. You really do. It's not what it's all cracked up to be. I don't know if any other ladies have tried it to get out any frustration. A man, I would think, ooh, if y'all get angry, that'd be a little too much.
I need Linsky to shit. Loverboy Linsky, he gotta be a wild boy, man.
This gotta come up. Linsky, dude, you can't sit this one out, bro. This your episode.
He gotta be a wild dude.
Yeah, it's funny. If you talk to Linsky, man, when I tell you I'm a Haitian guy, he's a Haitian guy, right? He sounds like Sac Passe. Oh, you Haitian too?
I'm not.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I'm not. I love my Haitian friends.
Look, but she knew what it is, not boule, right? But the thing is, he sounds like one of my cousins, right? If you hear Linsky, he sounds like the sweetest. And when I say sweet, not sweet, I mean like the nicest guy, man. He's a good dude, And me and him have been talking about a particular project, and we're gonna leave it at that, But when I say he's a good dude, you guys are going to understand at some point in the future, shortly in the future. Why?
But ain't the quiet, humble ones the ones that you got to watch the most of?
Oh, yeah. Those are the ones that when you and the homies, they come with you, and there'll be like 4 or 5 homies. You go in the basement, we're rolling up, drinking, chilling, and he's going to be the one upstairs helping your moms make rice and shit.
But he know where all the guns at.
Hey, let me tell you something, bro.
Next thing you know, he picking your moms up to take her to church. And like, hold up, Linsky.
And you at where I'm at. Don't ask for nothing.
So making rice with your moms.
So here's a question I want to ask to the flower in the room. Have you ever been in a situation to where you made a man uncomfortable, like you out freaked him, or you were a little more advanced sexually than the man you were with?
Because I'm really trying to be honest here.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I've always dealt with people on my level, or maybe a little more advanced. I wouldn't even say advanced. I'd just say on my level, because I wasn't really, when I was younger, I didn't date older dudes, but then I kind of did. Like, I dated people my age until I was like 21, and then at 21, I dated somebody like 53. So, you know what I mean? I guess he was the only one I felt like had the extra experience. But no, I don't think I've ever really been in that situation where, like, because I just don't feel like I've had anything extra super freaky done. It's just, I feel like it's all regular stuff that's part of, intercourse.
Here's another question for you. Here's another question. In terms of the sexual partners you have, what would you say the percentage is in terms of y'all actually having a conversation about what it is that you like or looking for sexually before y'all have sex?
Great question.
Ooh, 1%. No, okay, literally probably the last person. I was with, yeah, in a relationship with.
Uh,
Because before that, I feel like everything was more when I was young, I guess I was just dating people listen, we was just compatible, I felt like, in that sense. Maybe not in a full long-term relationship sense, but like the fun, the all that. Yeah, we were just compatible. I never, yeah, I never like felt like I had a problem where it's like, oh, this person is. And even if I did, I was so young. I think sometimes when women are young, we're not as vocal as we should be, especially if the person's older. So, now as a grown woman, it's like, oh, sorry guys. Now as a grown woman, it's totally different. It's like, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like.
I got a twofold question for you.
Sure.
So you say you at one point you were dating people your own age, and then you dated a much older man, and he was the one that was more sexually advanced than that.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now, whatever the things he may have showed you that you hadn't seen before, after you were no longer with him, did you kind of move your bar as far as the things you like? Did you try to take those things into your next relationship?
No, and I would say the reason why, because it's funny that when you're mentioning this, the person I was thinking about in my mind, I was looking at the whole relationship. But if I'm just looking at the physical part, it would actually be a different person. So the person that I had in mind, they just took me to another level because of who they were also and what they had. Like when you're 21 and you start dating someone and you're just walking around with your natural hair and your Kanye West book bag, you're not trying to be the average 21-year-old. When someone notices you and they're wealthy, well off, they own maybe a block in Harlem, they have yachts, and you're just hanging out, it's a different kind of lifestyle. So I think I kind of was looking at that aspect. But on a
Okay.
physical level, the person that took me there, I just never met that person ever again. And I think it would just have to be some type of connection where I would meet like that type of person where that was just an
So it
experience
was more
where
mental with that person. You said that great encounter that you had, was that more mental or more physical?
it was physical. It was physical. It was a little bit mental. Okay, so my life is crazy. So if I was to give y'all a story, it's gonna sound a little crazy. So at one point in my
We
life,
like crazy. We like crazy. We're crazy.
so here's a very short like little history on me. So after high school, I was trying to go to college. Both my parents are college educated, and I was just really bored with school because at the time I felt like I was smarter than the professors. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go work in the music industry. By the time I was 20 years old, I got my dream job, which was at Def Jam A&R department. By the time I was 21, I was laid off. So I started doing some things maybe I shouldn't be doing.
What year was that?
Ooh, this is 2004, 2000. I worked under Lisa Brunson and Tina Davis.
Lisa Brunson is my ex.
Yeah, yep. Jessica Rivera, that was one of my
No, I
mentors.
said Lisa Brunson, Big Lisa. That's my ex.
Oh
Ain't this a small
wow, yeah.
world? A
Okay,
small
Can
okay.
motherfucking
So
world.
you? I
Richard
know
Ford,
Lisa. I
Shane
know.
Dollar, and all of them.
Don't do it.
I was a
Don't do
record
it.
executive since 19. I was the time when I dated Lisa from the time I was 19 to 20. Yo, but I mean, she's a great friend. She
That's a great
Big
woman. She
Lisa,
taught me
yo.
how to be on my business. I was a little 19-year-old that didn't even know how to properly do anything, and she got me together real quick.
She got married. She's a great, I'm so happy and proud of her. This person we talking about is responsible. She was senior VP of A&R for Def Jam for many years. She was also at Mercury and Warner back in the days.
Mhm.
Like, you know, she,
And she
anyway.
has a candle company, and I used to get her
Yep.
favorite candle, the ginger peach, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so happy for her." But anyway, right after that, I kind of like started hanging with my friend, and her brothers were doing some street stuff, right? So we needed to be the girls with the money to connect the street stuff. So we had to fly places, and one day I had to meet up with this guy, and this was this deep connection that I had, craziness, and he was different because he would look like a regular corporate dude, but he was kind of in the streets a little bit. And those situations where you meet somebody on a first night smash, all that type of stuff, and you're like connected to them. This is literally what happened to me. And that's why I say it was purely physical, because it was just like, I didn't even know you. It was like after 18-hour drive, chilling, needed to take a shower, blah, blah, blah.
Did we lose you?
His friend was calling me.
Oh, okay.
So for me, that was my experience where I just was on the road, didn't even really know this person, but wind up becoming kind of lifelong friends with them. I still know them, and they were a lot older than me too at the time. I was 21, he was like 37. So that for me was my experience that really stands out. And it was just the openness. It was just knowing the woman's body very well, not being afraid to go there. Like, when you're young, guys don't do all this extra stuff. They don't take the time. So it was all that time, that care, and yeah.
So talk about that. You said that when you get older, that because we're gonna kind of bring it back to the original topic, but I'm curious about that. Tell me about the younger guys. What you were just stating.
Well, just in general, what do you mean by like how younger men are?
Yeah, what you see as a difference, or do you feel that it's natural that younger men would naturally lack a certain level of prowess?
Of course, I think, and I don't want to use younger in just the age sense, whether it's age or experience or mentality. Some people just
sensual maturity. Sensual maturity. How about that?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Your sensual maturity. Some people started way earlier than others. Whether it could be from, in many different senses. I have friends that literally got together with their boyfriend in high school, and I know for a fact that's the only person they've been with. You know what I mean? They don't have to lie to me about that.
You could tell.
So you're not gonna have as much experience maybe as a guy, because there's men like that. I have male family members who I'm still shocked that I'm like, you're still a virgin? Like, okay, this is great. 35. I'm happy for you. You know what I mean? So I think it's based on your experience, but in general, people when they're in their early 20s, they're just looking for quantity over quality from what I noticed in my 20s. Now, mind you, in my 20s, like I said, early 20s, working in the music industry. So you have dudes that just want to date you so you could get their music tape listened to by somebody. And then from there, I started bartending in the nightlife industry, from strip clubs to nightclubs. And in that industry, the maturity level, it's just about quality. I mean, quantity. It's not about quality. So I feel like from what I've experienced dating guys my age in my early 20s, it wasn't really these bomb experiences. The greater experiences were from the older men. For me personally, And at the end of the day, these older men look good to me. I don't think old is a mental state of mind for me, unless you're like 90, So
Okay. So
how old am I? I am 38.
I didn't ask you that, just for the
No,
record.
Loverboy Linsky said it. I don't
it was
mind
on
telling my age.
let's go ahead that on the screen.
Yeah. No, I
So
don't mind saying my age because people people have different things on age, and people tell me all the time they didn't know until I speak. Then they're like, "Oh yeah, you're grown." When I'm like bartending, they don't know how old I am. So
all right. So here's the beauty. Here's the beauty of this thing here. I'm glad that you were brave enough to come up here and also, speak to your level of prowess within certain areas, and the fact that you've had a nice understanding and you've lived some really interesting experiences, right? So for me, we lost 100 watts and bring it back in. For me, what I think is, I'm curious how you feel about the whole essence of fidelity and cheating versus non-cheating, because you've been exposed to an interesting lifestyle. Some would call it, unorthodox, but if they actually knew a little more, they'll realize that it's more prevalent than they understand, but it's just new to them. So, talk to me about your concepts of cheating.
Ooh, this is gonna be a deep one. So
You on the cheat? You jumped on stage on the cheating show. You know what I mean?
I know.
Came to the hip
No,
hop. You
this
came
is
to the
gonna
hip
be a
hop
deep.
battle. You came to the hip hop battle, so you ain't gonna be singing R&B stuff here, man.
This is gonna
Hit
be a
that
deep
16.
one on so many levels. It's gonna be a deep one because of how I was also raised. So
Okay.
being born and raised in New York City, but both of my parents are from the South. Um, my dad is 68, grew up on a farm, picked cotton at 3, all that. So he has a strong spiritual base. And if you're from New York, I know y'all seen the Israelites. So yes, I grew up in that as a child. If you know that,
Flatbush, Brooklyn.
those
Yeah,
men,
some of my
yeah,
friends.
men in that can have more than one wife. So I grew up, I have friends that, okay, one of the guys I grew up with, his father had like 5 wives. I get it. Living in New York City, how did that work, right? Kind of really didn't. But this guy today, too, he has probably like, I think he has 3 wives right now. They live in Texas. So I'm kind of surrounded by that in a non-traditional way. Not in a like a Utah polygamy way, but I'm kind of low key surrounded by that. So I have different views on that. If I honestly lived in if we lived in a perfect world, I could probably accept polygamy, and it's not because of what I grew up in. It's because of the fact that honestly, I don't mind not being bothered for a little while. I don't
You want
mind
the
you
help?
going over there chilling with your other wife.
She kept
I
it
don't
on
mind
the
helping out with
dude.
the other kids, even though I don't have children. I don't mind help, all of that type of stuff. So that's just, I have a little different perspective. That's in a perfect world. But I do really realize we live in the modern day 2021 society where most people are brainwashed, and the average man that has that type of, to be in a polygamous relationship, that's power. And the type of man that would have to have that type of power, the average man can't handle that power. And what do I mean by that? It's hard for the average man to get along with one woman. Now you got to get
Right.
along with 2, 3. Now
Bitch.
these women have to get along with each other. I have to trust her. Now legally you can only marry one of us. So now I have to trust that if you marry her and I got kids with you, she gonna do right if something happened to you. So it's a lot of trust issues. So like I said, in a perfect world, maybe outside of America, maybe in a different situation, I could do it. But for right now, in the current state, it would be very hard for me to do. But I'm definitely not against it. I don't look at women who are in that or men who are in that as men just wanting to, control, even though most men who do get in those situations today, it is about control. And I do feel like, look at quantum love. I feel the same. So there's sisters out here who would do that, but that's also going to take resources. You know what I mean? So the average man is not going to have enough resources. And
I
even if
mean,
the woman is bringing to the table resources as well, it's a lot of trust. And I'm sorry.
but at the same time, like you were speaking to though, like in a perfect world, more or less, instead of needing resources, that's more or less a pooling of resources, right? Because if
Yes.
you do have 2 wives together, one of them has a full-time job while he's at work, and the other one stays home and takes care of the children, or however they work it out. I'm not sure how these
Hmm.
relationships work those things out, but it's more or less a pooling of resources. So to me, it sounds more logical than anything else, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, it is. That's the one part of it. See, I like to look at the full spectrum of everything. So yeah, it wouldn't be a problem. But like I said, there's also the trust issues. Like if it was the perfect situation, it would be nothing for me to do it. If I could fully trust this other woman, this is what I would deem a righteous man, because I don't know what everybody's definition of, righteous is. Some people just need a person to take care of them, and the people have different needs. But I could
I
do
got a
it on
quick
one
question.
hand, but on one hand I'm like, yeah, and this in this setup, when men hear me speak like that, they be like, oh yeah, I'm down with that. And then it's like, wait, hold up, buddy.
So, question for you. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Hmm.
So, basically, with a lot of my homies who grew up within the Hebrew Israelite lifestyle. Some of my closest friends.
Hmm.
So, so are you saying that because of your upbringing and your proximity and your understanding, you view it on a different type of level.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my upbringing, and then also coming into my own. I feel like a lot of people that's brought up in that type of household, just like, if I don't care what you are, you could be a Christian, you could be Catholic. You have to, at the same time, on your own, go out and get your own points of views and have your own life experience. So through my own life experience, I'm just learning that men and women, we are not property of each other, and the body is very physical and we are spirits. So, I don't know who I might encounter this next lifetime or in a different realm or whatever the case may be. So I think I'm growing to understand more. I feel like society has put this thing on women where it's just like, I remember growing up, coming home after school, and the babysitter, she was an older lady, and she would have on Ricky Lake. And all I would see is, once a cheater, always a cheater. Once a dog, always a dog. And these women, Ricky Lake and these other women, kept telling women what to do. And they were all married. They were telling women to leave these men. They were all married.
Yo, I was confused. I was confused by that damn show because I'm like, yo, y'all changing your life based on some information you got from the chick from Hairspray. Like, you understand, man?
Exactly.
All of that dancing stuff. Like, I'll never do that
Hey,
again.
hey,
By the
hey,
way.
let me ask you a quick question,
Sure.
Flower, if you don't mind. I understand you said that it was a part of your upbringing, so that would probably have shaped a large part of it. But you said you had to make up your own mind and come to your own understanding. So I would like to ask you, because I know most people, especially women, would generally have a emotional, no matter how logical they are about how much sense it makes, an emotional reaction to seeing the person that they're with someone else, even if they like that other person. So what
Oh,
had
hi,
to
Miss
happen, or
Melanin.
how
I'm
did
so
you,
sorry. That's my best friend.
Yo, tell her to like and subscribe. You know,
Yes, like and
we
okay.
love her here.
subscribe, Miss Melanin Crypto, please.
We're gonna talk about that Shiba Inu, Melon, and crypto.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we both in the crypto. Oh, chef, we got to talk, chef. If
yeah.
you in the crypto, chef.
That's another live. Get at me. I'm not so much into the bondage, but the crypto, I do that. Spank me with some Bitcoin.
Exactly.
So my
Yeah,
my question
please.
is my
Yes.
question is at what had to happen, or do you remember when your mind crossed over to where you said that, hey, I can accept this in a relationship? And have you ever been in that situation to say that for sure you cool with it?
Uh. Okay. So what? Okay. So let me get with the first part. What happened in my life to accept certain things? So let's start off with not only having a strong upbringing, having a strong father does matter. You know what I mean? So this is all coming from a lot of beliefs that he's placed, but at the same time, when you're living up to what you've placed and you're being the man of that example, even though he might not have more than one wife. He said, I didn't do it because in today's society, just what you got to deal with. But it's that, and it's also just me just being real, looking at myself and looking at the situations around me. A lot of my friends, if they didn't have a child young, meaning like I would say under 24, even if they had children at over 25, they were usually a baby mother messing with a guy that had another baby mother. Or yeah, I was constantly for years going back and forth. And one of my friends kind of just accepted it. Cinnamon knows that friend. She kind of just accepted it. So it's like three girls that's all agreeing to be like baby mamas, and they all kind of know about each other. So just my own life experience and seeing how, for me, cheating isn't the worst thing that could happen. I'm not saying I accept it. I'm not saying it's something that I would just be like, if this guy over here cheats on me, it's fine, it's okay. No, because we have diseases, we have emotional ties. You could cheat with a girl that starts stalking you. And next thing you know, I know a person that had a threesome with their girl, and then the girl went back and wanted his girl, and like they could turn
Mhm.
into a whole big thing. So sometimes you don't even want to let all of that into your relationship. But it was, for me, it was just seeing that cheating happens. And I also noticed when it comes to this masculine and feminine thing, when the women cheat, it's kind of like, oh, well, forgive her. She made a mistake. It was an emotional cheat. When the man cheat, it's like, oh, he's just a hoe. He just want to have a whole bunch of women. And yeah, that is true sometimes. But
I
sometimes the same is
I
just
gotta
true
push
for
back on
women.
you. Even though we're in the garden, it's the
Oh, I'm so
battleground.
sorry.
No, what? No, 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 no. Don't be sorry. You are the flower that's actually here holding court with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? So don't be sorry. You're right where you need to be. As a matter of fact, yo, Vic, get the rope. 100 watts, get the duct tape. Not joking. Joking. Look, 'cause ain't nobody else coming up right now. So I'm gonna push back on you, right?
Okay.
Get the likes up.
All right. Yeah, let's get these likes up. So I'm gonna push back on you. Well, you're used to and you having you know an affinity for the alternative lifestyle, so your judgment of cheating is going to be different, right? So I want to
Yeah.
ask you. Here's what I want to ask you. I believe the way I believe is that cheating, it's once you breach an agreement that you have. There's some people that have agreements to swing and do this, that, and the other, right? So it's not about just being sleeping with somebody. Cheating could be the breach of a particular agreement that you have with that person that you're in. All right. That's one. It can also be because remember, they state that the woman's womb is one of her, you know, gifts that she brings to the marriage. And,
Mm-hmm.
and the man's protection and provision are the things that he brings to a marriage, right? So in those situations, some people feel that if the man lays with another woman, it's not cheating, but if he provides protection and provision by way of taking away protection and provision from his real married family, then that would be cheating. And if the woman allowed someone else to worship at the altar of her womb, then she would be cheating, right? That's another piece. So for you, my question is, what is your idea, of cheating? How would you feel betrayed? What would make you feel betrayed by your lover?
Me. So I it's what would make me feel betrayed.
Good
So my
question.
agreement is, if I'm in a relationship, I do not believe in cheating. I do not believe he could go out do his thing. Now, if we have an agreement, I've
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah, I've been in relationships, so we had an agreement. I was dating a guy on and off for maybe 8 years in my 20s, and he was African. He had multiple women. I see him out at the club with one of his girls, like, hey, what's up? I still need you to get me into this spot and give me a bottle. Hey y'all, hey y'all over there. So I've kind of, like I said, women. A lot of women want to act like they've never been in these type of situations, but they've been in these situations. For me personally, I don't cheat. I've never done that, but it's just because it's too much of a mental thing for me. I like to mess with one person, know who I'm with, all of that type of stuff. But it's all in our agreement. If we're agreement to be exclusive and we're agreeing to get to know each other, and you're saying you're not gonna go out and mess here there, then cool. Now, if we get together and there's an understanding that I love you, but look, I always feel like I have male friends that have told me I don't think I could ever be with one woman. Well, if that male friend, if I was dating them, I would need to know this up front. You know what I mean? So I can understand, okay, this is the type of man that he's not ready to settle down. So, like I said, I agree with you, Chef. It's based on your agreement you have with a person. So generally, no, I'm not getting with somebody that's going out cheating, wanting to be with 50 million women, because I'm just looking at diseases. I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the whole grand scope of everything. But I also don't think it's, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be my end all be all. If we're in a serious relationship, like if I'm married. If I'm married, I'm probably not going to just divorce my husband over just cheating. I would have to know particulars and details. That's what I would have to know. But
All right.
I think it's a situation by situation basis, and we have to stop judging people. Like, you seen the whole thing going on with Tammy Roman and her man. I mean,
Oh, wait. Did you? Uh-oh. You just asked me that question. Uh-oh. So you ain't been watching a lot. You ain't been watching Chef's content.
I heard you guys talking about it. I felt like it was yesterday or
I posted
a little
it.
bit.
Yeah, I
Okay.
posted. So what I'm gonna need you to do is not just hit the like and subscribe, sweet flower, but hit that notification bell so it blings your phone whenever I post something. Because
Okay.
I'm messing with you.
I was just looking at your
something
food
today.
earlier.
Yeah, literally it was it's called Tammy Rowland. I mean Tammy Rowland. You know, I got a Kelly Rowland thing. Tammy Roman gives the ultimate hall pass. So I kind of broke down. It was about maybe 10 minutes of me cooking myself and Colette. We had cooked that topic when we were on the conversation with King, but I actually have that particular clip for that one. Talk about that one right now, because that's a great piece of the conversation I was going to allow it to go into, but you took it there. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Tammy.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily agree with it for my situation, but I just wonder, why do so many people have an opinion about it? For me, Tammy is in a situation where she knows she was a little older. She married a guy who didn't have a kid. You know, most
Tried
men
3
want children.
times.
Yeah, exactly. So,
And the last time, folks forget when they were calling her stupid. I really don't like that, because people will always try to Monday morning quarterback the game you had the night before, and they don't play the game, and they never been in that position. They attempted 3 times, 3 pregnancies. One, the child died, was 11 days on the
oh
3rd
wow.
child. So it's like when people calling her stupid, I always ask a question, say, yo, folks, when we talk about the love that we bring to the table, and we use the term unselfish and we claim it as some magnanimous love that with our own hubris, but it's just a balloon filled with the air of the oxygen of our own freaking hubris, and talking about how much we love, the question I always bring it back. Would you or can you love someone so much and so unselfishly that you will allow them to go to someone that would be able to provide more value to their life and their ecosystem? Because people talk all of this love.
Yeah, I think
Listen to what she did, Listen to what she did. Sometimes people talk about certain things, but they don't understand what the manifestation of that idea they have really looks like. There's people that get off-putting by the homie, by the young Lion King, because of the way some of the things he expresses, right? But the point is, you always say you want honesty, you want honesty, you want honesty. When honesty manifests itself, oh, he's a jerk. You want honesty, though. So to kind of bring it back, I don't know, man.
That was a very selfless thing that she did, even in her what had to be a depressed state, because that's a lot of, you say, with a lot of pressure on a man. Just imagine if you can't perform as a woman what you feel like is a woman's duty, to complete what you thought was a total bond, and you still got the love in your heart to say that man is our only child. I'm not gonna stand in his way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hold it against him. That's some G shit, if you want the truth.
Right. And people are calling her stupid. And my thing is, there's people that will call you stupid, that will do what you call it. They'll call you stupid for giving money to charity.
Can I tell you one of the phrases I hate the most, honestly, or one of the phrases that gets used the most is "love me as I am."
Oh shit!
Right?
You sound like Mary J. Blige.
Come as you are.
This is a perfect example of that. Like, what, like, I'm not understanding. Are other women expecting him to just be like, I mean, well, I guess you just ain't gonna never give me a baby. Like, he's supposed to just never have a child now? Like,
I don't
he's
know.
but this is what I'm saying. If this
Do you get your tubes tied, or do I have a vasectomy? Who makes the sacrifice?
no, but this is what I'm saying. In their situation, right? They've made attempts to have children. They've had conversations with each other about how they wanted to go about having a child, right? It's been understood from my understanding of the little bit of research that I've done. She paints the picture as if she's trying to motivate him to have a child of his own. He has said that he accepts adopting a child, but she's trying to show it, like she's trying to help him understand the importance of having his own child, right?
Yeah.
Which I can understand, like having your own child, like my kids I love them with everything in me. You know what I'm saying? So a man having his own kids, that's a different kind of love right there. You know what I'm saying? And she's trying to make sure he don't miss out on that.
Well, see, the problem is, right? They swear out Beyonce and then had a surrogate. I'm not gonna put that on people. I don't know their business. But let's just say she did. She didn't say, "Hey, now you and the lady who had the baby for us can now go have your own relationship." So I think that's where a lot of the women who already kind
I
of
don't
don't
think that's what
agree
she was saying. I don't
push
think that's
back.
what she was saying.
What was she saying? Because I don't know the details like that. To
I
say
believe what she
exactly.
was saying was she said she'll give him a year or two to go have a child of his own and come back. I believe what she is saying is I'm gonna give you time to be able to find the right person. Don't just hop out and go to KOD and pick up a random joint and get her pregnant and have a baby.
Okay.
She wants him to actually be meticulous about who he has that child with, because whoever carries that child is gonna have to be understanding of their situation. He is
What the
married.
hell kind of agreement could they have, like, with this new person? You meet this
Like I
girl
said,
and she has all of the physical
just like you said,
criteria.
a surrogate. It would pretty much be like a surrogate, or if anything else, a polyamorous relationship.
Mm.
It's possible that it probably won't expound to that depth, but there's some sort of similarity there. Like, hey, I know you had his baby, but understand I'm his wife, right? This is your biological child, so I'm not gonna push you out of your biological child's life, but let's just make sure we have the understanding of the dynamic here, pretty much, is what I'm saying. So to say I'll give you a year or two to do this the right way. Don't just pick a random hoe. Do this the right way. Make sure you communicate clearly with her what's supposed to happen here. And that's going to take time. You can't just knock that out in 30 days.
Trust me, you still got an old playbook. Thought you'd never ask.
Yeah. Look at this. Look what Gina789 said.
What she say, yeah?
What up, Gina? She said, if the man don't have kids and I can't give them, then I sure will let him have kids by someone else.
Oh, see, but that's Gina. She with the home team. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Gina gets it.
Jump on Gina if you're always welcome to jump in and have this conversation.
Yeah, we were supposed to be and have this conversation.
I got the link up at the top as well. We need some extra spice.
Well, I want to ask you gentlemen a question. What are each of you guys' beliefs on polygamy or monogamy?
What's up, Vic?
You don't get to ask no questions, damn it. Now I'm joking.
I say don't ask. No question.
Yeah, first I'll finish it up.
What's up, Vic?
Hopefully my Wi-Fi go out before my turn.
I always felt like, in general, and then later, with reading and my faith and whatever else, it all seemed to line up in one direction. A man should have as many women as he could properly love and care for, through resources, through time and attention. And if you can't do that, then that's where you should draw your line at how many women you feel that you need. And as long as you can provide for all of these women and the children that they may have and the ridiculous things that they may be tied to at the time you meet them, if you're not a man of that many means, then you should probably stick to one or none until you can get right. And I mean, as far as cheating, I feel like cheating is just breaking an agreement. I think what a lot of people are doing now is just being straight up. There's a lot of people just telling it how it is, and it's a lot of casual sex being had. But I don't think there's as many surprises as people, you know what I mean, once had. It's a lot more disease, but that's more of the surprise than is someone cheating. You know what I mean? If you're still cheating in 2021, just understand that you don't have to. Just say play it straight, right? Just play it straight.
That's what I'll say. Let's see. The truth of the matter is, as the flower here in the room mentioned earlier, there are many people that can't even truly handle the one situation they have going on in their life right now. Okay? So once we can get past that, then you can start worrying about polygamy. But for myself, I've actually kind of been thinking about this in terms of what I want to do with my life moving forward. Because to apply context, those that are pretty much everybody here in the chat already know what's up with me. I have 3 kids, two women, 3 kids by 2 different women. I'm honestly at a point in my life where I don't really see myself having a child by a 3rd woman. So based on that, I've kind of been exploring the idea. It's not going to happen right now. It's going to take some work. But exploring the idea of seeing if that some kind of dynamic in that sort of space can happen between the two, with myself and the 2 mothers of my children. Because again, just having a child by another woman, I feel like it would be unfair to a woman if if her first child is her being my 3rd baby mama. I feel like that would be unfair to her.
What if she already had 2 of her own?
If she already had 2 of her own, I'm already in a space of I really don't know if I feel like dealing with that.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's very honest. I can respect that.
Yeah, that honest. That's what I was thinking for.
So it's like it'd be super unfair of me to be like, yeah, nah, I got 2 kids and you can't have no kids. You know, it's just I don't know. Like I said, I'm exploring and just trying to understand it. Does it really make sense? Is it gonna work? You know, is this beneficial? Is this a detriment? Just trying to understand what I need to do with my life moving forward as I'm progressing, getting myself better. Because boy, these projections I got for 2022.
Listen,
Bruh, you just gotta when Sheba pop, you gotta buy 3 houses, right next to each other, right, and put one on the opposite side of you, right, and then you can just go wherever you need to go. You know what I'm saying? And then you can still have your space. I'm telling you, that's the only way it's gonna work. You can't have them in one roof for it. Never work.
Look, I'm gonna tell you based on my experience and understanding what happens in this dynamic, sir. That's a much easier said than done. Much easier said than done.
I'm gonna start throwing a couple questions out here. I'm gonna throw some questions out here, and I want to see what you guys' take on this is, and what the chat as well. Look at that clearly. What you see over there. Cheating and lying aren't struggles. They're reasons to break up. What do y'all feel about that?
Agreed.
You gotta say that one more time, Chef.
It's on the screen. It's on the screen. It says, cheating and lying aren't struggles. They're reasons to break up.
Nah. Some people just don't have no integrity and no self-control.
Okay, so that's a reason to break up, cuz?
Nah, I think I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds suggestive as if you're doing these things to give the other person a reason to break up with you. I don't know. That's how I read it.
I mean, I'm reading it like this. If you're cheating and lying, that means that you are not being honest with yourself and the person you're with.
Yeah.
If that is the case, then there's no reason for y'all to be together.
Run that back one more time for him. Run that back for him one more time, Honeywell.
If two people are cheating, if someone is cheating and lying.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Gina, you're gonna have to turn YouTube off in the background when you up. So let me do this. We got a gangster up on deck. A gangster wants to bring himself in here. So I'm gonna bring you up in a second, Gina. Stay with me. We got a gangster on deck.
Oh man, what's up?
What it do, big
I
dog?
don't want you to think I'm neglecting your show, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
at
shit,
this time,
King in the
I
building.
go outside.
The Ripple
King
King.
Wait, does he
Hold
have on
on.
the black
I gotta go and get my Sherlin.
Does
I
he
gotta
have
go
on
and
the
pull my
black
Sherlin out
Sterling?
for him.
Huh?
I gotta go and pull my Sherlin out for him now.
Oh, you know, I'm
Right?
pulling
I got my
Sherlin
black
out
Sterling
today
too.
for y'all. But I want to say I love y'all show, man. I'm supporting. I like what y'all talk. I see Watts and I see Vic getting busy. I love how the Jedi's is moving. You feel me? I love it. So I just came to show my support and say what's up. And I appreciate y'all, man. We outside today though. But I want to be with y'all, but I gotta go and handle some business. I gotta pay the bills. You know
Cheers,
what I
King.
mean? And I hear a
You
lot
know,
of cuz going around. I hear too many cuz words going around, man. Too many cuz words. Where my homies at, man? Where the homies at? But listen, y'all enjoy your day, man. I love y'all.
Already.
Black Young King.
Peace.
Hold it down. Peace.
Hey, just for the record, I'm from the South, and we said cuz and folk long before them boys ever stopped putting on colors. So if you hear that, that's what it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You say South. Where about?
Let's just say Atlanta for now.
Atlanta for now. Only reason I'm asking because I've been out Columbus, I've been out Hinesville, I've been out Savannah. Only reason I
Oh,
was
you mean
asking.
Hinesville is Savannah, pretty much. The house in Fort Stewart. I
Don't,
already know, bro.
don't you show up in Hinesville and tell somebody that.
Come on, listen, you know what it is, man. You drive a couple of minutes. I done stay when I go to Savannah. I stay in Hinesville. Got the homies from Fort Stewart. You got folks out there, bro. Remember,
I know y'all don't go.
there's the Haitian monument that's out in Savannah as well, you know, that I visited.
Don't say Phoenix City.
Y'all don't be through Macon.
Oh,
Shit.
Macon, Georgia? What you talking about?
So look, my
What
ex
you talking about?
Correctional officers still out there right now.
my ex-fiance, I put her through a beauty school, right? And we had to drive down to Macon. We got a hotel room because for the beauticians, people to get their beautician's license in the state of Georgia, they actually do the testing out in Macon. So I literally spent a weekend over there, you know what I mean? So he stayed in the hotel so she could go and do that thing. But anyway, I'll leave that alone. There you go. Y'all had a little geography class in this piece. But what it do? Let me get this blue dude off and get some flower action on the stream. Bang bang.
Yeah.
Hey,
What
y'all.
it do? Hey Gina, what's going on? Used to be she used to be called Gina 789. Now they call it Gina.
No, I am Gina 789. I just put Gina up here.
What's going on? So
Nothing. What y'all said? Y'all said cheating.
Can we get the
I don't
BDSM first?
Nah. Hey, start slow. Watch. Come on, man. You got foreplay or something.
There you go. It's right on the screen. It's right there. Cheating and lying, their struggles, their reasons to break up. What you think about that?
It depends. I don't know. It's like it's different because my father cheated. I mean, I'm not trying to paint him as a bad guy, but my father cheated and my parents never broke up. But my mom never cheated. So, I don't know.
Vic, hold it down real quick.
I know people who's in relationships and their spouse cheated and they stayed together, but it was always the dude. So it's like I can't think from a feet. Like I never cheated in my relationship. I never did it. So,
can I ask a question? So as a female, you literally could say you never known, even if it's not your personal friend, it could be a cousin, it could be a girl you went to school with. You never known a female to cheat or just be that type.
No, I haven't. No, and I'm thinking all the way back. I never been around females who were in relationships that cheated. Now I've been around females who was crazy, who would like go to your house over a man, but I never been around a female that actually. My sisters, they married, they never cheated. Um, I'm just I'm just saying, like, I just never been around no female that cheated. My mom never cheated. Now my cousins, I had cousins that slept with married men, but they was faithful to them. Shit. So
Yeah, I know women
golly,
like that too. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I never been around no female that cheated.
Okay. So does that shape your way you look at men who cheat?
No, I don't know because I look at it like this. Because if he's doing his job, if there's kids involved and if he's doing his job, then you guys shouldn't break up. You guys got to look past that. If
Even
there's
if he's a
kids,
even if he's a habitual cheater, like if you fucked up and then you moved on, or
yeah, yeah,
that's one
you
thing.
guys
But a
got to work it
habitual
out.
cheater, you just
If
gotta
he's
suck it up.
habitual, if he's not abusing the woman or making her life a living hell, like abusing her and effing up the money, being a drug addict. But now if he's cheating and if there's kids involved, um just don't tell her. Just me, if I'm in a relationship, if my man cheat, I don't want to know about it. Personally, I don't want to know, especially if I
Mm.
got kids or if I'm raising his kids or if the main objective is keeping the family. And I shouldn't be the poster child for that because I got married twice. But the dudes I was with, they were crazy. It was always drugs involved in my relationship. But I mean, if there's no drugs involved, and if she don't need to, what the wife don't know, she don't need to know. That's all I'm trying to say. Because the main objective is keeping the family together and making sure the kids have both their parents. That's the main objective. And if I saw somebody cheating that I know, like if I see my friend husband cheat, I'll stay out of it. I'll look the other way. I act like I don't even see him. Like, because I don't want to, I'm not going
Ah,
back and saying that. I'm not breaking up no family because
I
that's
see.
between them and God. They said a matrimony in front of God. I don't got nothing to do with it. That ain't none of my business because that's not my job. Is to go back and tell. Now if they're a boyfriend and girlfriend, I'm telling. Cause you ain't no kids involved, and girl, you trying to be with you. Girl, let me tell you, but nah, I can't have that on my heart, knowing that it's kids involved, especially a wife, because a wife and a girlfriend is held to a different standard. That's what I think.
So let me ask you something, Gina. Which is more disrespectful, cheating or getting caught cheating?
Oh shit.
Getting caught cheating because he should have known what he was doing. That means he's slipping.
Hmm.
He shouldn't be going. For one, he shouldn't be. Female shouldn't be going through a man pockets anyway. If you got to go through all of that, then you shouldn't be winning. You got to go through the phone and go through all of that. Why put yourself in a situation that's gonna upset you? Why would I get myself all mad digging for something if I got TV and all the bills is paid and all the food in the house? And why should I put myself in a situation to be all upset? I mean, what I don't know won't hurt me. That's all I'm trying to say. And if there's kids involved and everything is all good, then and plus men cheat different. Like when a man cheat, he doesn't use his emotions. It's like he's playing out the part. I'm not condoning anything. I'm not trying to be all on the man's side, all like that. No, I'm powder puff girls. I'm
She
female
said
side.
you just went for a quick
But
game of 5-on-5. That's all
but
it was.
but
But
I'm
see,
more
that's the
but I'm
problem. These
advocating
men
for
are falling in
family.
love these days.
What you say?
I
Say
said
that
that's the
again.
problem. These men are full. I've seen a lot of men cheat, and they
Then
kind
they
of be treating the
stupid because
side
they
chick
think
better
they
than the
think
main wife.
they stupid. Because a man don't supposed to think with his D. He's supposed to think with his head. A man is logical. Females are emotional. So a man's supposed to think with his head. So a man could use his penis and not have his heart and his head involved. But
But
when
can
a
can
female, go ahead.
can I give you some? I'm using some of Chef's term. Can I give you some pushback? I agree with what you're saying if we were talking about our grandfather's generation. And I'm not necessarily even talking about just my generation, because I talk with a lot of younger people. So I look at the people 25 and under, like from like 17 to 25. I talk with them a lot. I'm like everybody's godmother. Everybody, my best friend, her daughters and is in college. Her roommates, they come to me and tell me everything they're doing like I'm the mother. Like, oh, we're going here, we're going there.
That's a good
And
thing.
Oh, so we
one
going to
thing,
your house after we get off the bus. That's what you're saying?
you said what?
So we going to your house after we get off the school bus.
Exactly. That's right. Exactly. I'm making sure everybody good. But
But I
the
hope you
thing
going
is,
back and I hope you going back and telling the parents what's going on with their children.
well, these are people that are technically like 19, 20 already. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Oh,
like,
okay. See,
yeah,
I hung with. Okay,
if
when
they're
I
like
was
15, that's
15 and
different.
16, I was hanging out with an older girl. But she
No,
was
I don't
sneaking
hang out with.
behind my back telling my mom everything. So my mom was up on game before I even, and plus she was schooling me too. So my mom was like, okay, what was Regina at? Okay, but now I'm just saying, but long as you have their best interests at heart, but continue on.
Yeah, okay. See, Cinnamon bringing that up. No, so what I was saying was with the younger, I don't want to say just the younger generation, but with today's modern man and woman. Today, a lot of what you're saying is true about how a man should think. Those were, I feel like, a lot of the men of the past. I feel like a lot of men today are not logical and are a little more emotional, whether it's due to society's programming, whether it's due to food being genetically modified, whatever the case may be. You
Xanny,
know,
Percocet,
yeah, exactly. So we're
Molly
not,
Percocet.
and then a lot of women who are more in, just like the men are a little more in their feminine sometimes, a lot of the women are more in their masculine. So sometimes you do have women that are just emotional, but you do kind of find women that's a little logical today too, more than sometimes men. Not all men, of course. I'm not saying all women. So I get what you're saying, but I just had to give a little pushback because I feel like we're entering in a time where things are kind of changing because we've been genetically modified so much. We're not playing our proper roles. So in a perfect world that works out, but then again, I'm like, yeah, these guys sometimes we have to go by a little bit of a different set of standards today for you
No, you
know.
absolutely correct. No, you're right. No, yeah, you're right. I could understand. You're right. Cause I'm 41 years old, so I'm thinking different.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We more
Yeah,
in the
you know.
same age range,
You
so
sound like
it's
you're 19.
she does.
No, I'm 41. But yeah, it's times change. And you absolutely correct. But I don't
Junior,
know. But I don't know. It's just I came from like when we was growing up, it was like, oh, we was even loyal in junior high. Like we took loyalty seriously. Like kids take loyalty seriously back in the day. I don't guess they
What
take
part
it
of the
now.
country you
And
from,
plus,
Tina?
they probably don't have a role model. And plus,
she
we
cooking
didn't
for
have social.
Thanksgiving.
Hmm?
What part of the country you from?
I'm from California. I know everybody say I
Oh,
sound country. I know. I'm from California,
What
but
part? Southern or the Bay? Or
I'm from
Sacramento?
the Bay.
Okay, I
But I lived in
oh, okay.
LA. I lived in LA. So like LA, which really made me. But I
Are you
grew up in
cooking
the
for
Bay.
Thanksgiving?
Huh?
Are you cooking for Thanksgiving?
I'm cooking
Uh-oh.
now.
You cooking?
See, you already cooking. Damn.
Yeah, because I gotta study. Because I gotta study. I'm in school. So I did my macaroni and cheese this morning. I did my sauce for my yams. Now I'm cooking my greens, but I'm gonna put it in the freezer. I'm gonna let
Linsky
everything
was
cool up
right.
in the
He
freezer.
said he said you look like you cook some yams. Linsky was right. He said you look
Yeah, he
like
said some sweet beans.
Oh, I cook because I grew up in the kitchen. My parents is old school, so I grew up. I've been cooking since I was little. But yeah, times has changed, and not only that, these kids are looking older because, like you stated previously about the food, they putting something in the food. Like, why
Well,
are
they've
you
been
putting
saying that
that
since we was
food?
kids.
I was with the
They've been
mommy.
saying that since we was
Hey,
kids.
word to mommy.
Is that the milk and
The
all that
chicken wings and the big
hormones?
wings, you know, they was like,
Hey man,
yeah,
hey
you know,
what?
they was like, yo, I remember when they
Church's chicken,
had
boy.
little wings. Now you got the big ass wings. That's what they feeding the kids.
BBQ's wings in New York. It don't make no sense for a wing to be that big. Like,
I remember those.
Yeah, and they wonder why these kids is the
Look,
girls
they
is
growing
looking
chicken in
older and the
31
men are
days.
looking young. The boys don't
They
even
gr-
look like they look too young. And the girls, they look old. The boys are looking younger and the girls are looking older. And when I was in school, the boys looked more mature, like they was more
Young.
mature, and the girls
These
was all
dudes,
flat chested and they looked at all,
these
younger.
dudes 12 years old and 6
what?
foot 3. Like, what the fuck is
When
going
I was
on?
in school, I was in 4th grade, and a girl I remember had double D breasts. So that's why I was like, I don't. Maybe it was because it was the South Bronx, but
No,
it was big.
that's probably one girl. But you know what? When a child get molested, there's
We gotta be careful with
hormones
our words now.
accumulating and they
We gotta
develop
be
quick.
careful. We say
Mhm.
when they got touched, we gotta be careful because
Oh, okay.
The
we still
algorithm.
Yeah.
trying to
When a,
get this money, you know. Yeah.
Trigger
yeah,
words,
yeah.
trigger words.
But sometimes girls get developed fast because they've been touched.
Mm.
Yeah. So I mean, it's that too, and plus what they're exposed to and stuff. But yeah, I just think that people, I don't know, I just think that people shouldn't be cheating. But like I stated previously, if you have a family and stuff, you just got to stick it out. You got to stick it together and stuff.
So you don't feel like there's like a certain violation if your person is lying to you?
It is a violation. But what, your feelings, you gonna put your feelings before the kids?
Mm.
You within
Your
reason.
feelings
I think
before the
Hey,
kids.
everything's
she's touching a
within
lot of
reason.
topics right now.
Everything's
Mhm.
within
I
reason
mean,
because
I'm
you
trying
have.
to.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I get what you're saying, but I can attest to when you grow up, and I'm very grateful my parents are still together today, but I watched their rough time, and I remember during their rough time as a child feeling like divorce. So what you're saying, I get it, but it's not always the best. And now my situation wasn't like worse or super toxic, but I have friends that I know even grew up in more toxic situations, and their parents are still together, and they be looking at them like, why? And these are people that's in their 30s and 40s now that realize the detriment of their parents staying together, what it had on their life. I have friends who parents, they stayed with their parent through 30-year drug addictions. I'm talking about
Oh Lord,
hardcore
I
drugs.
can't do that.
Yeah,
I
so
can't do that. If
yeah,
I gotta sleep with one eye open, that ain't gonna work. Cause I
certain
love money too
situations you need
much.
to
I
leave.
love money. I like to lay shit around. If I'm around people, I like to throw my money down. If I gotta pick up shit when I'm
Hey, you
around you and
turning
sleep
real.
with
She
one
turning
eye
real, boy.
open and you running in and out of my house in the middle of the night,
You
no,
really
I
sound like
can't
you
do
was
that.
We
I
dating
can't do
Pookie
that.
we
from New Jack City.
and that's the problem. We send listen.
I
We
can't do
send
that.
listen.
Divorce.
Oh, my
We collecting Cash App to send Linsky out to Cali. Look at this.
Cali. What you going to Cali for?
He wants some mac and
Yo,
yams.
You
Zane.
want my food?
He wants some of them mac and yams, girl.
I ain't mad. What you gonna give
Hey,
me,
tell me.
nigga?
Ninja, karate, ninjas. You
Nah,
know what I
I'm
mean?
just playing.
He
Nah, I
finna say,
talk a lot of shit. No, I play
I
a lot.
know.
I talk a lot of shit. I love,
He-
I should. But yeah, I'm
Linsky,
all woman.
Linsky
What you
finna
do for a
subscribe to your
living? You work
Patreon. Linsky finna subscribe to your Patreon. But yeah, so listen, let's pull this one back. We're gonna bring it back because I want to discuss some of these pieces here. So the last one that we discussed was this one: cheating and lying are struggles, their reasons to break up, right? So
All right.
let's talk about this. And this is for those folks. These are different quotes that obviously I've been
Oh,
showing.
damn, that was all deep.
You didn't cheat on me. Wait, let me do the voice.
Yes.
You didn't cheat on me, Johnny. You cheated on us. You didn't just break my heart. You broke our future. Okay.
what I said
Why,
about
why,
that.
why, why had to be a female voice, huh?
You did
Oh, got
good.
him.
Yo, okay,
Got
so
him.
I'm gonna give you the male voice, and you tell me what it sound like.
All right.
You ain't just cheat on me. You cheated on us, Shanika. You ain't just break my heart. You broke our future. It don't sound the same. Do it.
No.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. So I had to give it to you in demonstration. But look, let's talk about that one, and
You
let's
didn't
talk
cheat
about.
on me. You cheated on the. That's what my mama made me do.
Girls be cheating.
I was fighting. I was in the 4th grade, and my mama had me beating up my daddy girlfriend.
Oh,
And me and my cousin,
Wait. Hold up. This is all type
I
of
was robbing them. My mama made me rob them. She said,
Hey, Gina, the real deal now. Don't get it messed up.
Wait a minute.
That's what she did. She said, if you don't get out, I'm going to whoop your ass. And me and my cousins, we used to jump her every time she walked down the street. She was walking down the street. She said, my daddy was home. My mama said, get her. And we used to take her food stamps.
No. Hey, you talking about when
Back
there was
when
real
they was
stamps in the
actual
book?
stamps?
When I
man.
was young, I was in 4th grade.
They don't know nothing about the stamps in the book. You got to tell them about like coupons.
Yeah,
my
we had it. It was the books. We didn't even need food stamps.
yo, son.
Yo.
Yo, son, you know how y'all be on YouTube? You just be there surfing at the end of the night and be like 1 hour, 2 hours, and you just flipping on the next thing they suggest, and then you end up in like this weird, really part of YouTube. This really weird part of YouTube. Yo, son, I think we're that weird part of YouTube right now.
Right now.
Oh, I need you up here once a week, yo. At least once a week. Yo.
This
The lights up.
another dimension.
Oh, snap.
This is another dimension, but I was scared of my mama. My
You
mama
tell
was
her.
like Mommy Dearest in my house. I had to say yes, ma'am, and shit. She used to come behind me, clean wipes, and this is dirty. You don't know how to
She
clean
had the
up.
wire hanger ready?
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
couldn't even
my.
play with my dolls. She said I had to like have certain dolls to play with certain people. Like if you was ghetto and shit, she'd be like, no, those dolls are expensive. You can't play with her. And then I had to play with my other cheap dolls. But she had expensive dolls for me in the closet and stuff. I only could play with certain people. But it was my church friends I had to play with my expensive dolls with. But my mama, she was like, my mom's from the old school. She was like, she was like, Regina, there go. So she said, Regina, that girl down the street, she taking a nap with your daddy. No, she said, Regina, she's sleeping with your daddy. I said, she taking a nap with my daddy? I didn't know it was sleeping with us. I thought my daddy was really taking a nap with her ass. I said, oh, hell no.
Gina, looking back on it, do you think that was healthy for your mother to be doing that?
Yeah, I heard it was healthy because she should have been walking past, disrespecting my mama, sleeping with my daddy, walking. She did this shit every payday. My daddy got paid every Friday. And she
I love it.
Gina.
I love it.
Bitch walking up and down the block 10
Hey,
times.
Gina, you my kind of girl. We can roll any time.
Gina.
You come to the A, you holler at me, Gina. You solid.
Oh,
I don't care, whatever you
I
need.
like Gina because she real. But I'm like, wait a minute. See, I'm
yo,
the friend,
she
the
really
friend that be
fucked,
keeping
but
it too
no,
real
that
with
was
you.
toxic.
She
as a
lived a real life.
motherfucker, bro. Oh,
Like,
she
Gina, I'm gonna be like, no, Gina, that was not healthy. But
no, it was healthy. Then let her take a nap with your daddy.
then guess what? If she was taking a nap with my daddy,
well, she
my
was.
mother wouldn't told me to go beat her up. My mother would have beat her up.
My daddy never stayed at night. He came home every night, so she had to been taking a nap with him. So shit.
Listen,
then when I got older, that mean he was.
My mother
mama
was light skinned and fly back in the day. She had to learn how to fight early. I see my mother beat up a crackhead for calling me a B word in Harlem when I was 4. So there would have never been no fight. My mother would have handled that herself.
Oh, God.
But my mama was my mama was like big mama. And the girls my daddy was messing with was in their 20s. So my mama was like a big mama, and the girls was like in their 20s. You gotta remember I'm 41, so my mama was big mama. She was gonna find no young girl, but she'll have me and my cousins do it.
Yeah,
and I was little until I got used to it. But she pulled a knife out on us. My cousin snatched the knife. But yeah, we got her a few times. She didn't come around.
Woo!
Yo. Note to self.
Gina,
Check.
easy, darling.
My family from the South, so
I
I
don't know the
still have to
statute of
stay in
limitations.
child's place.
It's
It was
past
not
2
letting
years.
me fight no woman at those ages now. Once I became a little older, that was different. You know.
Well, if your mama say I'm gonna beat your ass and you was scared of your mama, you gonna run up on somebody grown.
Oh, no. I totally get you doing that at those ages.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying, looking back, that was not healthy.
That was healthy. It was healthy to me.
She
No,
swear it
that's
is.
not.
Ain't nobody
My
gonna take
daughter
my daddy
ever
away
Thought
from
you were
me.
getting
I
lesson,
don't care
didn't you?
what you
girlfriend,
say.
that is toxic. If my daughter ever has to fight one of my girlfriends, that's toxic as fuck.
Yeah, and then we
That's
let
not
these toxic
toxic.
things play
Oh,
on and tell ourselves that
Hey,
it's
she was the
normal.
one in the situation. We can say from the outside, but she was on the inside. She telling
I
y'all she
That's
was
know.
not
like,
toxic. How
Just
would you
Vic,
feel?
you
How
trying to
would
get
your
some mac
daughter
and
feel?
yams?
Wait a minute. Time out. 100 watts. How would your daughter feel if some woman trying to come and take you away from your daughter?
Listen, if I
Your
had a
daughter
daughter,
gonna be hurt.
let me tell you something. If I had a daughter, she is not ever allowed to get into adult situations in no fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th,
Well,
11th,
you
12th
ain't my
grade.
mama, so shit.
Exactly. You asked me if I was your daughter. You said if it was
Yeah.
my daughter, so I'm telling you, if it was my daughter, how it would go down. You know, your mother
Well,
did
my
things
mama.
the way
Well,
she
you know
did.
what? My mama ain't like that. Okay, so shit. Everybody in life ain't
I
perfect.
mean,
My
you
mama
said
ain't like that.
you are 100% right. You said your mother is from the old school. Your mother don't play no game. You said I heard you mention pulling a knife. Have you ever seen your mother pull a knife on somebody?
No,
No.
my mama didn't have to do nothing.
You ain't never
She
seen your mom
just
throw hands either?
no. My mama
Yo,
was a
your mother
housewife.
is a super OG, dog. A super OG.
My mama was
she
a
been
housewife.
clean
My mama
for so
took care
long.
of kids. Like if the people was on drugs and stuff, and my mama be like, no, my mama would let them keep the welfare check. My mama be like, that bitch could keep that check. That kid's staying right with us, and we'll take care of the kid and everything. My mama, she helped out a lot of people in the hood.
This is your mother sounds like a lot of mothers that I was around growing up. I have a friend who your mother sounds exactly like her. My friend has a lot of issues today, though. Not that I don't have a lot of issues. I'm just saying sometimes I feel like in the black community we have our mothers and fathers that did things that, yeah, we respect them, we love them, we appreciate what they did, but we can look back at it and say, hey, that was a little toxic, maybe we shouldn't do this moving forward. Doesn't mean we're judging them. That doesn't mean we're saying they're bad people. That doesn't mean it's
Shit,
a, you get what I'm
that's
saying, but
okay.
that means
Everybody
that's
got an asshole, so
something to
everybody got an
examine.
opinion.
What you said?
I said everybody got an asshole, which means everybody is obligated to an opinion.
Wait, I
Oh,
gotta
of
give you
course.
wait. I gotta give you the real quote. The quote was
Look
every
around the tush.
wait. And they said that opinions.
Yeah, man.
He said that opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and they all stink. That was the actual quote.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but
Exactly. So as we
because
learn to
okay,
wipe our ass, right? As we learn
because
to
you
wipe
don't
our
agree
ass
with
when we
me
get
Hold
doesn't
on,
make
hold
you
on,
a
hold
bad
on, Jenny. Hold on,
person.
Jenny. Don't feel attacked, boo. You in safe
yeah,
space.
she's
You in a safe
Sorry,
place. This is
baby.
your crib. This is your crib, mama. This is all our crib. You
Ain't
debating
nobody
with your
judging.
cousin. You debating with your cousin Shalisa right now.
exactly. It's
See,
definitely not an attack. Trust me.
see what
You
we
would know.
doing
I
is
know, girl.
we
I
use
don't
it.
get it. Girl, I've been through. I'm not no girl.
It's just that
Hey,
passion, you
girl,
know.
it gonna take more for me to get all excited, all feel like an attack. Girl, please, we cool. I'm just saying that you think it's toxic. I think it wasn't.
So you
She
honestly
And
said
if
she
speaking,
was
you
you
raised
look
don't
hard,
think
and
if
it
you
made
don't
her.
think at a fourth grader fighting her father's
fifth grade,
girlfriends
fourth
is
grade and a
not
half, fifth
toxic,
grade,
huh?
Fourth grade and a half.
fifth,
Okay,
fifth,
fourth,
fifth,
fifth,
fourth.
ninth grade. Let's go all the way to the ninth grade.
Oh
I'm
no,
just going to
ninth.
sit with that.
That's
It's a toxic for me, but to
I
each
mean,
his
well.
own.
but
Well,
you
if
know
you
what,
was
Gina?
my
I'll
mama,
tell
if,
you.
if
I'll
you
tell
was
you
my
this.
mama, I'll do it for you.
Hey, Gina,
That's
I'll
what
tell
she
you this
said.
though.
I'm a
I'll
rider.
tell you this though. What I can appreciate what you say. The reason I can appreciate what you're saying is because in everything that you saying, I ain't never heard you victimize yourself one time. Like
Mhm.
you were never a victim. You were like you were as aware as you could be. You know what I'm saying? Like you did what you could. You just not sound like a victim to me. You feel me? So I could definitely appreciate that.
No, I ain't a victim. I
I
ain't
can
never
appreciate
been a victim.
She took her
10 toes
cards and she played them.
solid. I'm with it.
Shit, I had a perfect
So,
household. I love my upbringing.
so I want to ask you a question. You get what I'm saying? And this is probably the better question. A lot of times when we look back on our life, Gina, sometimes it'd be like, and I'm gonna give you a simple one, right? And I'm gonna imitate Gina tonight.
But
Watch
that
this.
ain't shit.
Nah,
I'm
hold up.
just
I
telling
ain't
you.
say nothing yet.
I'm
I ain't
just
say
saying
nothing yet.
you think what I did was.
No,
I don't want to
I
tell
didn't
my
think
business,
nothing. I didn't
but
say nothing yet.
I'm
I
just
didn't say
saying
nothing yet.
I don't want to tell my business or nothing.
Turn
But
You
down.
don't
Turn
got to
down.
tell no business. Listen, hear me out. I'm about to tell you something. I want to play a fun little game, right?
I
I'm
love playing games. 1, 2,
cool,
3,
and
go.
you listen, and you a good sport. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be Gina right now, right? And is there ever a time where Gina says, I ain't never finna do that shit again? Goddamn, I wish that shit ain't happened. Man, I wish mama would have done this. I wish something would have done that. Do you ever have things where you like, maybe just where you be like, damn, if mama would have did this a little different, or if things would have happened a little different, do you think maybe things might have been a little different for you? You know what I'm saying?
No.
It was
I
perfect?
don't regret nothing. I'm not mad. I don't regret nothing. I don't
No,
regret shit. My daddy cheated. I'm not mad at him for that. My mama, I ain't mad at her for that. I ain't mad at none of that. I love both of my
it's
parents.
not about regrets.
They stayed married together and they was together and my daddy died first. My mama died a year later of a broken heart.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So my stuff, yeah. So
I understand now. I understand. But
I don't regret nothing.
let me ask you the right question.
Shit.
You ever went to a store? Hold on. You ever went to a store the first time you ever went there and you drove a certain way to that store, right? But as you started going to that store more and more, you realized the shortcut. You realize, damn, I ain't gonna take Main Street because Main Street got all the traffic around such and such time. So I'm gonna go back and travel down Abernathy Road or something like that. You never had where the place where you started going to, it might have took you longer the first few times, but then at some point you realize different shortcuts that would have got you there quicker, or you learn your route better. You know, you ever had something that you did?
Look at here. Don't patronize me. I'm gonna tell you
So,
straight up. I don't regret nothing. No.
That's not
I'm gonna
patronizing.
tell
I'm
you
asking
straight
you a
up.
question.
I'm
Okay,
being
come
honest.
here.
I came on this panel to be real and honest, and yeah, motherfuckers ain't about to make me feel guilty for a thing straight up.
Guilty.
So
I'm
I'm gonna say
asking you a
this.
question.
So I'm gonna say this.
Let
I
her
don't
cook,
regret
chef.
nothing. I'm blessed. My parents did what they did for me. There's other people that didn't grow up in no perfect household. I didn't paint no perfect household, and I ain't about to sit up here and put on the act that I came from a perfect household. So I don't know how to be fake. I only could be real. So if you gonna take it or leave it. But I'm not about to mold myself into something I ain't. Straight up.
I'm taking it, Gina. I'm with you, dog.
You know, I'm blessed. My parents did a great job. All my sisters are married. They've been with the same man for the longest. Since I remember, my sister's only been with one man, and I'm 41. I ain't never seen my sisters with no other man.
I think you're
Okay,
missing what
I
I'm
got
saying.
married.
Hold on. So let me say this. I think you kind of wait. I think you're missing the question. Because
Yeah,
for one,
you ain't
wait,
about to
wait,
play
wait,
this
wait.
bullshit.
But hold on one
That's
second. Hold on one second, Gina. Listen to me. Listen. First things first. There would be no reason for me to patronize you. Why? Because I brought you up. This ain't the first time I brought you up. So that's one
no,
thing.
it's not.
Hold on,
But
but
I'm just
hold
go
on,
ahead.
I listened to you. I gave you a stage to let you speak your speak. You just hear me out for a second. I don't think you may not be catching what I was asking you. You get what I'm saying? So do you have children?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got a question because I'm a parent. and I know that I did the best that I could. Okay. And me being a parent, I could sit here and I could say there's things that I could do that's better as a parent, even though I'm doing the best that I can. When I sit and I look back and I think about maybe there was something that I could have done better, right? Now watch this. From the way you describe your mom,
Everybody could have done
hold on a
some
second.
shit better.
You miss it. Okay, so hear me
Okay,
out.
and so what? I ain't about
You
to
know
sit
what?
here and cry
Let
me
me
a
say
river.
this. I'm gonna say this. You don't trust me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now I'm gonna say this.
I don't trust nobody because I spent my money off the ATM.
Listen,
That goes to show I don't trust a damn thing.
that's not what I'm saying, family. What I'm saying is you don't trust me. Why? Because what it is that you think that the words that I'm using is being weaponized against you. I'm trying to walk you down somewhere, and I'm not. I haven't even. You don't even know where I'm going.
I gotta check on my greens, but I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm waiting on this little boy.
You good. You good. You good. So,
hey, check me out, chef.
Well,
check me out, chef, before you cook.
Oh yeah, hold on a second. Go ahead, do your thing.
So look, I think this is why I was trying to get in there. I was letting her do her thing, but the disconnect, I believe, is that she may not be aware because she may not have been watching kind of where this channel in particular is going. But there's a lot of personal stories that are given up by people, and we have been using them as case studies, and not so much as into scrutinize the people and the actions, but to see how we can find and identify the problems in the Black community and find some solutions to divvy out amongst the people who may have been or may currently be in those same situations. So it's not even a matter of did you do anything wrong? It's, hey, can you think of maybe something or some kind of advice or game that you could give to somebody who was in a similar situation? You know what I'm talking about?
Looky here, I ain't solving nobody's problem, and I'm not.
That's what we're here to do.
Everybody
that's what we're here to do.
Their own problems.
We just trying to give each other some game from the perspective that we see, because everybody's lens is a little different. So your perspective is appreciated simply because you lived a entirely different lifestyle than most.
Yeah, because I ain't trying to change nobody's lens.
No, you ain't trying to change nothing.
So what's it? Wait, hold on a second. Let me. I just want to ask now. I just want to ask a question, Vic. Hold on, because so far, like I'm saying, Gina, I haven't even gotten to the real question I was going to ask you. And the thing is, because you told me don't patronize you. The thing is, I'm not patronizing you.
Okay, just get to the question so I can answer it.
Oh, so you gonna let me get to it then?
Yeah, but you take it too long. Let me get to the question.
Stop me. You told me not to patronize you. Okay, so
I'm asking. You moving too slow. Okay, go ahead. Go. 1, 2, 3. On your mark, go.
That's what we do.
Trying to be on that fresh and fit right now. Okay, so listen. Once again, I'm a father.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Queen Nita. She understands.
Gina, you outside of your feminine frame. Should you know that, right? Being a traditional woman and all.
Around here. Shit,
we supposed to be talking about traditional women anyway. I ain't
trying to catch nobody up out here. I proved myself.
So why are you here?
Why am I here? Because someone asked me one of my opinion to be up here.
You maxed out though. You maxed out like you amongst enemies as opposed to friends. I don't hang out with my enemies.
I ain't trying to be something I ain't. This is me and I'm real. You gonna take it, you gonna leave it straight up. I'm not one of these people.
If you angry, let's talk about why you're angry.
Hell with that shit. Oh well, nigga, you ain't none of my prospects.
Yo, we gotta watch the N-word, mama.
It really doesn't matter.
We gotta watch the N-word, mama.
I ain't trying to impress nobody.
Hey Gina, can I ask you a question? Hey Gina, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I proved myself to society.
Can I ask you a question? You do have house rules, yes? You know, in terms of when guests come over and things of that sort, you do have house rules, yes? Do you?
What do you
No.
think?
I'm
Do you
I'm
know
no.
the
I'm
truth?
asking you a genuine question.
Get to your real question. Why she said don't patronize her, cuz.
I'm not. I'm asking her a genuine question. I'm not trying to patronize her. I'm asking her a genuine
Thank
question.
you, girl. What do, just move on. Keep talking, move on. What's up?
No, I'm cool. Say less.
Question for you, and you answer it if you're okay with it. Question for you: do you believe that you have something to give? Do you think you have something, some information to share, some information that anybody could learn from, or do you just want to like just talk shit? You know what I'm saying? Do you
Yeah,
feel
I got
that?
information to
No,
share. Somebody
I'm
asked me.
asking you.
Go
That's a yes.
ahead.
Is that a yes? Do you
No,
have
somebody
information?
was talking. Go ahead.
So I'm asking you, in terms of joining the platform, because this is an informative platform where we talk about stuff.
It's
So
not all that informative. Go ahead.
wait,
All
say
right.
that
Oh,
one more
the
time.
disrespect is like on
All
another
right, so
level in
listen,
that.
listen.
Right.
At this point, grace is grace, right? But your ass get the timeout.
That's all I was saying.
So
So
I
look,
then went on mute.
When look now this is what we talking about. Now, when you out here in the world and you dealing with women who, when you feel like, okay, I can't even reason with you no more because you can't even hear what I'm saying, then that's when you gotta eject. You gotta hit the leave button in your real life. Because I mean, whether you in a relationship with her or not, cheating or not, you know what I'm saying? If that's the toxicity, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you like that energy, some people like that toxic energy. Go get you some, but don't be mad. You know what I'm saying? When your ass
This
got done
garden
happening.
is teaching me how patient men are. Thank you guys. Y'all really have been patient. So thank you.
It's not. It's never my intent to disrespect a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like being disrespected by anybody for that matter. My my youngest boy, right? He's a whole character, right? So one day he like an old soul, you know. So one day he's young, all right. So I come in, I got some candy he like, right? I know it's his favorite. He already smiling, waiting to see if I'm gonna give it to him. So I throw it to him, right? But it kind of bounces over there by his leg. He leaves it there. He said, I don't like nobody throwing nothing at me. I said, excuse me? Hey, you know what I had to do? I had to check myself. Like he didn't want it no more unless I picked it up and handed it to him. And you know what? I had to humble myself and say, you know what? I can respect that. I can respect that. I'm not finna jump on him and, oh, you ungrateful, blah, blah. Nah, man. He's a human being. And he got a way that he's feeling right now. That he was disrespected by that. And it could be misperceived as that. So I'm gonna respect him regardless of his age. The fact that I bought the shit for him. You can't give me steak on a garbage can lid. So if you ain't giving me steak, you might want to get away from me before you get hit with the garbage can. You know what I'm saying? So if you presenting anything to anybody, it should be in a palatable manner, seasoned with salt. That's it.
Oh boy.
yo, Janika's the fool with that Frank Castle. Look, man. Listen,
Hey.
yo, look. Here's the thing, man. And I gotta get this off before. And I see you, Tristan. I'm definitely bringing you up, bro. I was not trying to attack her. I don't move like
Nobody
that.
would.
If you look at the over 220 hours of plus 240 hours plus of footage just in the past 30 days since y'all met me, I don't move like that, yo. That's a sister, that's a mother, that's a flower, you know? So in terms of the grace, when I talk about grace, I know some people will like, leave it alone. No. Hell
No.
no.
Hell
No.
no.
You know why? Because if I leave it alone, she will walk away from the situation thinking, At that point, I would have allowed her to walk away from the situation thinking that I was trying to patronize her and demean her. And then she chumped me off and I let her go. She's going to walk away feeling like, you know what? Yeah, I got that motherfucker trying to come with me with that bullshit. And then she's going to believe that she has the power of discernment now and take that to someone else and utilize this situation, which was not a true victory, to embolden her to think that she has the power of discernment. All I was trying to do, yo, straight up and down, I brought her on our show before, you know? All I was trying to do was ask the question. And what I was saying is, you know, me being a dad, I know there's things that me, myself, I wish that I had done differently. There's things that I wish that I would have done differently. As a parent, those are the things that we all think about. I don't give a damn who you are. You always want to be better.
I could definitely tell you this right here.
Go ahead.
In the little bit that I heard from her, her perspective is so valuable, right?
It is.
When you think about the extreme of, and I don't want to bring other people's name. Let's not bring someone else's name into this. But when you think about the extremes of the opinions that we hear here on this platform, right?
Mhm.
There's some opinions that we've heard from gentlemen who the chat do not agree with, right? And if you were to compare it against what it sounds like her beliefs are, to put those two together and have a conversation and build on those two thought processes, I believe would be amazing. But dog, it's so much missing there in the middle. That's just never gonna work. And that's a
Hey,
sad part.
I'm gonna
Like
tell
I
you what
said,
you're
her
missing.
perspective is so valuable, dog. Like,
I'm gonna tell you what you're missing. What? So if you say you play poker, right? You have you heard of the term tilt? TILT?
no.
It means when
So
a player, huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it means like when a player is having, you know, a decent time, he's winning, blah blah blah, and then you come in and you basically show that your skill level is higher, or you trick him into a bad play where he loses a lot of money. It's basically the equivalent of a triggering action. And once that person has been triggered, then they call it tilt, where they're willing to bet anything or put themselves in situations that they wouldn't normally, or act as if they wouldn't normally emotionally inside of a game of logic. And then they lose it all because now they're just completely off script. So when I find that people go, they call it red or whatever, I call it tilt. It doesn't matter how valuable you are, your opinion is, who you really are as a person. When you in that mode, no one can talk to you. And I blame Lisa. I just want to say that because you started it, but not for real. You know what I'm saying? It was just something that probably has happened before, and when we started to question it, not because we were actually trying to say that she did anything wrong or her parents did anything wrong. It was just saying like, the question was, is that toxic behavior? And because she comes from those roots, and that is the hand she's dealt with. She probably been taught, you do what you got to do, and you don't make no excuses, and you don't have no regrets, and you don't ever feel bad about what you came from. Anybody trying to tell
Exactly.
her different, that's her response. That's her trigger, and that's how she reacts. That's her nature. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like you were seeing something foreign or you put her. It was just, that's how she been trained to respond. But I do agree with Watts that her opinion is valuable. That's why I was trying to fish her, reel her back in. You know what I'm saying? But she wasn't trying to do that.
It's valuable, bro. It was valuable. That's the only reason I was asking her the questions. But what was so crazy is, it's like, bro, I didn't even say anything patronizing. Maybe she meant a different word. You get me? A different term. But that wasn't the question. Remember, we got topics here that we talking about. And there's things that we do to turn the topic back. I'm going to go and throw something out there, hit you with a red herring curveball, take you down a rabbit hole. That's what we do. I didn't even get it. she and I didn't even hit the dirt yet to go to no rabbit hole. It was like, nah, I know what you're trying to do. I didn't do nothing yet.
Hey, once you get drunk, you're not responsible for your actions, right?
Well, that's what they say. Until
Shit.
you get somebody who takes it.
I think you guys were more like being very nice. I might have been more like, no, that's toxic. I don't care
No,
what you're
what?
saying.
I seen you. I seen you lean back. I was like, thank you.
That's
For
all
leaning
big
back.
right there, brother. I mean, that's all big right there.
What happened?
Huh? You're talking about
What
being
you blaming
petty
on me?
because I was trying to talk to it. No, because I was trying to talk to it, and I was like, you know what? You got it. Mute. I'm backing up.
Yeah, I see you went back to zero. I was like, oh,
I'm
shit,
mute.
Watson
I'm
gave
done.
up already.
But honestly, guys, she's typical. I have friends, people that I grew up with just like her, and they are my friends. Meaning, would I make friends with a woman like that today as an adult? No. But if you're family and I've known you for years, yeah, my friend, I'm not going to just cut you off because you grew up with issues. So I have a friend that's just like that, and she used to, man, let's say hit her kids too much. And you know how much pushback she gave us when we told her that? And I don't care what you think about the pushback. You're going to thank me later when your sons get older. You're going to thank me later. Like, yeah, those are your kids, but I'm part of your village. If I can't keep it real with you as a friend and say, hey, friend, you grew up in a toxic situation where your mama used to call you out, curse you out, call you all types of bees. Don't do the same thing to your sons. That's not right. One day, this friend actually listened and literally started changing because it wasn't just me saying it. Other people start saying it. Like, so that's why I was just saying to her, like, okay, yeah, I'm not judging you or your moms, but you don't think this is toxic? No, I should beat my mom's, my dad's girlfriend's up in the fourth grade. Girl, you got to know as a grown 41-year-old woman, that's toxic. And if you would let your daughter do that today, there's a problem. This is how the cycle continues. And we can't tell Black women they're wrong because they're raising the kids. Like, so what, you're raising a kid? You're raising a kid in dysfunction. We can say that to you.
But
Like,
she said she was raised perfectly.
in her narrow mind. I mean, like, I'm not even trying to be rude. Like what kind of that's
Shit, man, I be picking the wrong topics. We talking about cheating. You're like, shit.
Okay,
we
what
need to be
happened?
talking about mental
What
health
she's
right
talking
now.
about, man. Like, she sounds like somebody that hasn't left her city. Like her mindset sounds like somebody that has not left her city. And of course,
Listen,
that's just projecting and I don't know her and all that. Of
No.
course, all that. Yeah, let's consider that. But I'm
Yeah,
telling you, like it just sounds like she ain't left her.
That's a moment. That's a moment in time. If you catch me in the right moment in time and try to judge me, you'll be wrong as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah. I'm
I
gonna say this
do
in all
have the
fairness,
ability to embarrass myself from time to time.
and we all do, But in all fairness, what I'm gonna say is this: I did not go for the record, so y'all understand. If somebody said I Frank Castled her, right? Listen, I did not Frank Castle her. I did not kick off the show. What I did was is what I call a gentle, graceful timeout. I put her back to the green room, and she was there, but she's not there. And I did send a message, and so I'll let you guys know. I said, Gina, let me know when you're ready to come back up. All right, and I was just clear with that. At the end of the day, yo, if I was just some asshole on here, then I get it, and my skin might be a little thicker. But I'm not. Ever since y'all met me on this internet platform, this Yulewood Hollywood thing, I exercise with grace, even under the midst of being able to leverage power. That's not necessary. Grace is important. And I listen to stuff, I hear stuff, I've endured certain things, certain conversations, and I'll be the bigger person. And the thing is, that's a sister that I actually brought up and featured on one of my previous shows and allowed her to do her thing. So for me at this point, yeah, I was being somewhat disrespected. The lack of understanding, I'll give you the lack of understanding, But remember, I'm a grown ass man too. And there's certain ways that I'm not feeling you talk to me. And then at some point when I recognize that the level of the vibration, the sonic vibration of the conversation is above your purview, then at some point I'm not going to be going. I just like me going to the kindergarten and arguing with the class of kids about the socioeconomic effects of the prison industrial complex to a fucking kindergarten. Excuse me.
Too many words.
Sorry. So
Listen
it
to
is what it
Tupac.
is. It is what it is. But that's part of my journey. And for some of the folks that was like, yo, leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. What I was doing was I was adjusting my message each time, trying to find a different point of resonance. I work for corporate America. Okay, you can't just, I'm going to use a term, and I'm not calling her that, but they say, oh, you can't just leave the slow ones alone. There's only talented 10th out of 1,000 people. The talented 10th is 100 people. That means that leaves the tactical 90th percent that's there, the 900. And you have to speak. I do town halls. You have to speak to the smartest all the way to the rest and figure out a way to tell your message. And you can't just let them go, because to onboard somebody into a company before they work their first hour at the company, corporations spend about $5-6 grand onboarding it. So it's not about just let them go. I don't move like that. And if I'm the same chef that y'all was seeing, the way that I move, I don't move like that. There's something great and there's something positive. There's a beautiful point of resonance in everyone, right? Sometimes it's about taking the time to figure it out. Sometimes it's about playing the right tune. That's going to stimulate that being in a way where they'll be able to see. So it wasn't that I was picking at her. I just didn't give up on her. Stop for a minute and think what I'm saying. I was not picking on her. I was looking for an additional way to get through to her, and I refused to give up on her. And guess what? She is welcome back to this shit again. She's welcome back again, without question. And I think it's going to be important that she and I talk. Am I going to try and impress my ideals upon her? Now, the first thing, and then I'm going to shut up. The first thing that I want to make sure that she understands is,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The first thing before anything is making sure that she understands, yo, ma, I got no beef with you. Because if I don't do that, and this is the way I move, she ain't going to listen to nothing that I have to say. And if I can't get past that part, then I know I'm good. I'm gonna do the 100 watts move when they piss them off. Look, 100 watts. Good. I don't know if we could do like that.
Right? Lock it in.
But in my heart of hearts, family, that's me. I have to do that. And then I could walk away and say, let go and let God. You feel me?
Dust off your boots.
Welcome to I didn't bring Tristan up. What happened to Tristan?
He said he got a phone call and dropped him.
Oh, okay. You're welcome to come back, Tristan. Your family, son. What's up, Bliss Me? Thank you for coming on.
Oh my gosh, Chef. I made a show. So real quick.
Subscribe to me.
What's up, Bliss?
So welcome to the dojo with the young Jedis and the Yodi. You know what I'm saying?
And that OLS.
I don't think I ever got to chop it up with you.
Wait, what you say? I did what?
I said I don't think I ever got to speak with you before.
Who's that? I don't see Vic. The names.
That's Vic. So you got Vic in the top right. You know what I'm saying? The top right with the crazy lights. That's Vic. You know what I'm saying? I go by the name of 100 Watts, and we all know Chef sitting here in the middle with the hood on.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you all. Chef,
100 Chef Watts right here.
Chef, I came in kind of late. When I came in, I just seen the girl kind of wilding out. So I had an opinion, but I wanted to, before I spoke on something I didn't know about, ask you what led to her responding to you that, like, why was she talking like that?
Okay. Great question.
I think it was me.
and I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna say this, but I want the other folks. You know, they can add flesh to it. what it was she was flowing, right? She was flowing. And you know, they have those skits that they have on the internet where the dude is flowing and he's flowing. And then all of a sudden he says some wild shit in his flow where the fella be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Right? It was like one of them Biggie moments in What's Beef, you know, talking when he said throw him over the bridge. It was like, whoa, 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 what?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right. And she had one of those whoa, 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 what moments because correct me if I'm wrong. She told us, because we were talking about cheating, and the story that she gave was that when she was in the 4th grade, her mama sent her to go beat up her father's mistress because they was taking naps together.
And take her food stamps.
And so you got
If you heard that, then you know.
okay.
No, that was Lisa.
Thank you.
Yes.
And we were like, whoa, and wrapping our minds around it. And it was almost like somebody was like, yeah, but you know that was wrong. And that was where everything began to devolve. Like, no, that was a perfect mom. She did it right. And it was like, I'm sitting here like, oh, snap. And they were like, no, but you understand, you know, we were utilizing normal, regular, but you understand.
Lisa said that behavior is toxic.
My mama did.
Yeah, I heard that.
Like that
I heard
word.
what she said is toxic.
I didn't say toxic though.
Yeah, it was me, and I think she was.
So you did this shit.
I did.
Let me
she was
put you
giving
on
me the smoke a little bit,
too.
and I
You
got
outta
quiet because I didn't want to be in the garden getting ghetto. So I was like, let me get quiet because no, that's toxic. Your mama toxic. She's ghetto. Like that's why I was ready to go with it. And I'm like, girl,
she heard that in your tone. She
did. So she calmed down. I calmed down. I'm like, yeah. That's why I said one thing I can definitely respect about.
So you got me beat up, huh?
Yep.
That's why I said I respect the men on this panel. Y'all really try. But I wasn't even going there, and I know I have that personality. When I hear something that sounds crazy, I'm gonna say something, regardless if it's right or wrong. I'll be like, "Hey, yo, that sounds crazy. What are you talking about?" That's me. So I had to just say something. I know he's all flowing, but I'm just like, wait a minute. You was beating up your daddy's girlfriend in the 4th grade and taking her food stamps because your mama told you to. That's toxic.
Hey, and we talking about food stamps when they actually had them in a booklet too.
Yes, and she's 41.
You old enough to remember that?
I'm older. I'm like, girl,
they was called cupones back then. If you know anything about them,
they had the colors.
Cupones, and they said
coupons.
And they said cupones. That's what they called them in New York.
Hey, them shits was rainbow colors.
I think I'm justified in saying what I wanted to say to you, Chef, because what I was hearing with her cutting you off and like get to the point, and I'm like, hold on, sis. I just feel like I understand you have grace, Chef, and that's what I really like about you. But I feel like if people are gonna be on your platform, they have to show you respect. Period. Mm-hmm. And the minute that they can't, they gotta go.
Cut that beat.
I mean,
so I do understand what you were saying. Like, I understand what you were trying to do. You know that you're operating at a higher vibration, so you were having some patience because you understand the mentality. I get it. But there has to be a standard of respect, and you don't tell the host, well, get to the point. That's what I was just looking like, who, what?
Yeah, girl? That's when I was like, oh, she out of pocket.
Yeah.
And then she was saying, well, it doesn't bring much value. Your yams, your mac and cheese, your little education ain't bringing no value right now.
ain't no need to run nobody in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Let me just say that off rip. Now,
no, I'm not trying to like
action.
personally attack her. I'm just talking about respect. And I feel like Chef is respectful to everybody. And I just didn't like seeing it. Like, who are you talking to?
I'm not going to make no excuses for her, but I'm trying to rationalize it through as far as I can, what was it, Chef? Empathize. So the way I see it, right? When we start talking about our past, especially things that may or may not be traumatic to us, whether we acknowledge them as traumatic or not, I think it opens up a lot of those old spaces. And even if that story wasn't the one, it's right next to another trauma. And when you dig back like that and you open this up, everybody's response isn't trained. So like I said, once you pull the cord, man, it was gonna run its course. You know what I'm saying? But I think the door was already open, but it wasn't open to any criticism whatsoever or anything that appeared to be criticism. So once that happened, the disrespect was just in a multitude of other things. Once the only thing that I was offended by is when she said that the platform wasn't pushing
Provide
positivity or
value,
whatever. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like come on now, we work too hard for that. You know what I'm saying?
Like
But
we was
other
like,
than that,
really?
It's hours
I
of
said,
work.
okay, you just don't respect us in general, and that's what you was thinking when you walked up here. See, a drunk man speak a sober man mind, so does an angry one. You know what I'm saying? So I now that's the shit I watch, you see, and that's how you get scratched off the list because you said too much, you went too far, you revealed yourself. You know
But
what I'm
this
saying?
is
But I
why
don't got no reason to keep shooting at her.
no, it's not to shoot at her, but I was just because I was listening to Chef say the reason I didn't just get rid of her is because I wanted to extend her grace, blah blah blah. But back to what you just said, I think sometimes we have to learn to identify who's a waste of time. And
Mm.
when you just said, when you realized that it was the point where she might have been so triggered that she's not even hearing anymore. So it's not even
Mm-hmm.
about
Right.
her. Anybody, when they get in that state of mind, you can't talk to them anyway.
Right.
I mean, but you know what? But in to Chef's credit though, I do feel like he does provide a little bit more room to try and gather some control. Because I'm sure all of us here can see a panel and be like, "Yo, you didn't even give nobody a chance to kind of like figure it out. You just chop." You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one extreme or the other.
So
Yeah,
that's
but no. I just feel like there's a standard. Like it's fine. You could be triggered, you could be emotional, but when you
Mm-hmm.
disrespect the very person who's giving you a voice, like that, all right, bye.
I gave her time to rock, and I don't want to keep talking about it when she not here, but I gave her enough time to rock on the previous shows. I was like, wait a minute, Eugenia 789? Come on, I let her flow. You get what I'm saying? And I allowed her to flow. Or I allowed her to I opened up the thing and said, go ahead, do your thing, and she did. So it kind of threw me off. And the thing is, especially when I extend grace, it's like, hold up. On the inside, and I gotta tell you, on the inside, I was like, yo, who you talking to? You know?
Stay on the outside, so stay on the outside.
I mean,
Get out the inside.
Right. So it was just like, and I was just looking like, that's why there's one point I was like this. I was like this.
oh wow, you hit another watch position, Dad. Oh, you just on my head today.
Yo, now this one is one of mine, yo. I think you stole
Oh,
that. But it's just like, yo, I was just like this, like, and then I soften it up even more. Like, listen, I'm not trying to talk to you like that, man. I took the bass out my voice. And you know how hard that shit is, yo.
Yeah.
So now here's a
It's
question.
like,
Here's a question
like,
I want. Here's a question I want to pose.
listen, sweet angel. Please, I am not. Like, what the? Go ahead. Say your thing.
Question I want to pose.
I'm gonna sip some of this fermented grape tea as you speak.
Yeah,
Of
that.
course, this is the post show, the King's conversation, right? And the conversation you guys were having was about, excuse me, enabling, right? Y'all talking about enabling, um, and supporters, right? So now here's the question: when are we talking about? Because as Vic mentioned, it's about the progression of the people. So where are we getting into that line between, trying to communicate or trying to work with somebody for the betterment of the community and wasting your time? Like what does it look like between the two?
I think you have to identify if you're dealing with the brilliant, the basic, or the brain dead. And if you're dealing with the brain dead, you got
Mm,
to give them a moment.
Mm.
You know what I mean? If you're dealing
mm.
with the basic, you keep working with them. But you know how sometimes people say you're stuck in your lower self. I wouldn't say her lower self, but her younger self. Because I just was looking like, why did that even trigger you? Someone saying, hey, in the fourth grade, you shouldn't have been fighting your dad. Well, what if it was your daddy? Yeah, in the fourth grade, I shouldn't be fighting my father's girlfriend. Like that shouldn't even be that triggering. That's not like mentioning you getting touched at a young age, which could be triggering. That's not mentioning if your mother was a crackhead, and you know what I mean. That's not something super triggering. That's just like, yeah, like I don't know. Maybe it was for her, but the whole thing was you extended an extreme amount of grace. And I think, like the other flower was saying, I don't see her name, but the other flower was saying,
Bliss.
Oh,
oh,
Shalice.
Bliss, yes.
I mean Bliss. I'm sorry because I
Bliss,
got this.
yes.
Chef, how can you put our names up? Oh,
What it
Okay,
is
yes,
that
Bliss
here's
me.
what
I see
happened.
it
Let me show
now.
you real quick.
I see it in the private.
Whenever we put up one of the comments, what it does, it pulls off the name
Reset it.
from under your
I
window.
see.
So it's when the comments. That's why I got to take the comments off, and then you good.
Yeah, but it's like Bliss was saying, once you was getting smart with Chef, and then I even saw like Quantum Love in the chat saying it. Women, we get a little territorial. Chef is like, that's our brother, that's our king, that's our rock. All of y'all are Vic, Watts, 100 Watts.
Oh man,
So once
Listen.
women, we get like that.
Thank
Once
you.
we feel somebody getting a little bit out of pocket, we like, wait, hold up, who's she talking to? Like, calm down. We was rocking with you.
That's why I was trying to get up here when she was up here.
Listen. I got
Honestly.
sisters. I got cousins. I got aunties. I got a lot of female friends that soldier ready to do anything. If anybody, male or female.
No, it wasn't
But
on
you know what
that
I'm
type
saying?
of
So
time.
the whole thing is I don't even carry that energy for female because I know some females who will handle it. I just don't tell them because I don't want them to. I don't want people in my shit. I just learn how to, you know what I mean, readjust myself. They call it be angry different. I understand that I have a temper, but I understand that I won't allow it to derail me from my success. You don't get the opportunity to make me go when you want me to go.
Well,
I
I don't
might
think it was
go,
that
but it won't be when you
serious.
want me to.
I don't think she's a threat or threatening anyone. I just think
No, I'm just addressing anger in general and
right.
allowing people to trigger you to do something that you're not ready to do at that moment, even if it's just to go off,
When
cuss
when
your
would you
boss
say
out and lose your
when,
job.
when would you say is the last time that you had to battle with that?
Like in loss.
No, just in terms of someone taking you into a place of aggression where it might possibly take you out of your character. Like, when's the last time you had to like kind of process that?
Just now. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
he, he
Listen.
was just being a man about
This
it.
is the buttoned up version of me. You know
I
what I'm
love this
saying?
stuff.
I realize
I
I'm on the
love this
internet and I'm
fucking
putting out
stuff.
an image to my people. You know what I'm saying? So I
Hey,
don't go in, but the fact of the matter is, I try to mirror that in my real life. This ain't no front. You know what I'm saying? So if I seen a girl at the store and she was nice and ratchet and just going in and saying shit to me that, listen, you know what I'm saying? If I can walk away, I'm gonna just let her get that. You know what I'm saying? Not because I can't be like, hey, cuz, come get down there, get this broad out here acting up. You know what I'm saying? And have my female, you know what I'm saying, people come down there and get into some shit because for what?
I
What
can
are we doing?
honestly say, you know what the crazy part? I can honestly say that the last time I had a situation like that was probably pre-COVID.
Mm.
It probably was pre-COVID. Because honestly, it's been over the last 2 years for me has been so much work in terms of my mental space. Like I've really at this point in my life, like I'm at the point where sometimes I get in the car and get on the highway and ride on the car with no radio on, and I just talk to myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
very
literally
therapeutic.
have full blown conversations with myself and just get on the highway. You know what I'm saying? So people taking me out of my character, that really don't happen. And the last time that happened is when somebody tried me when I was with my daughter. And because
Okay.
I was with my daughter is the only reason it took me out of my character.
Okay.
Wait, Shalisha, is that your name?
Yes.
I
Hmm.
just wanted to say something about what you said about being triggered. One thing I observed is I don't know if it was so much her being triggered or if you were looking at someone who is constantly in fight or flight mode. So when you're
Mm.
talking to somebody
mm,
who is constantly in fight or flight mode, um, they don't need much to be triggered. They're already on go all the
Yeah.
time.
Mm.
So usually people
oh,
who are like that, like they have faced a lot of trauma already, whether they realize it or not, and that's why they only know those two responses. And she don't really seem like the flight type, so
Mm.
naturally not to keep talking about her, but
She
that
been
type of
beating up
person.
grown women since the 4th grade.
She back.
She been beating up
She
grown
back.
women since the 4th grade.
So
Yeah, so not
the
to keep it
question
on
on
her,
the
but my
screen.
point was about certain people
So,
who are in certain mind states. Sorry, Chef.
no. I
So
just put that. She just popped something in there, so I put it in there. But you say your thing, Flower. I'm sorry.
oh no, that was my only point because he was talking about. I like what she said about the brain dead, the brilliant, and the what is
The
it,
brilliant, the
brainless?
basic. Yeah.
So yeah, I think like in one of those categories, the person who's always in fight or flight mode, because all they know, that's all they know, because of their environment, because of their upbringing. They, maybe, you know, in a way they have to develop that personality to survive the circumstances they grew up in. So sometimes they kind of get stuck there, and that's what it kind of looked like.
Yeah, I feel you on that, and that makes sense. I want to address that question. There's a question in all caps on the screen from one of our wonderful flowers. It says, "If someone tell me their business, I'm going to judge no one, nor trying to solve their problem." So, great statement, and I'm great she articulated it that way. FYI, Flower Jana, love is love, and there's no love lost. You know why there's no love lost between me and you? I'm not angry at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not even annoyed with you. Let me just tell you. I know that either the way I said something or the way something went down, you thought I was coming for you. So I'm not mad at you. Why? Because you think I came at you a certain way. I'm from Brooklyn. All kind of things happen when folks come where we think that folks came at us in a certain way. So your feeling, you entitled to have your feeling, but I want to answer your question, or I want to address your statement. If someone tell me their business, I'm going to judge no one nor trying to solve their problem. You told us your business, and I thanked you for your honesty. I respected you. You said, I'm going to judge no one. I did not judge you. I did not judge your mother. You said, nor trying to solve their problem. I didn't give you a mother. I didn't even give you a solution. I was trying to learn from you. Pay close attention. I asked you questions. I was trying to learn from you. I'm older than you. And I was trying to get clarity and learn from you. But in whatever you got going on, you thought that I was coming for you. Let me take this guy off of here. I did it again. Yo, man. I wasn't coming for you. I was trying to learn from you. And I was trying to give you an opportunity to speak to your own greatness. Somebody, we get a little echo.
Everybody need to mute.
Everybody mute. I'm a mute. Everybody know this. But yeah, I was just asking you questions, man. That was all. I was just asking you questions. I wasn't coming for you. You talked about something that you recognize from your youth involving your mom. And then I was talking to you now, being a mom, knowing everything you know. That was all. I didn't come for you. This is our home. I don't jump people and fight somebody in my crib. I don't do that. So, like I said, maybe it came off the wrong way. Maybe, cooler heads prevail. I sleep on it, you sleep on it. And then we holler about it sometime in the future. But like I said, I wasn't coming from you. I wasn't coming for you. I was trying to learn from you, And when I did the timeout, I'm still a human being too, and I'm not trying to have nobody coming at me like that in my spot, Really. So take it as is. This kiss is a kiss of love, internet love, you know what I mean? And you're welcome to come back to clear it up or blah, blah, blah. But I gave you my piece, man. And just no matter what, just understand this. I'm going to be graceful. I'm going to be nice. But the same way at your crib, you take your shoes off at the motherfucking door and you respect me in this piece. And then everything else is beautiful. But you can't do that to me here, yo. Especially if I'm being as nice as I am. All right? So we got that clear. Let's move it on, y'all. Is everybody else here?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had to take us off mute. Okay.
Oh, nah, you're good. I just did that mute there. But so listen, let's see if within let me see something. So,
hey Vic, I'm gonna have to back you up, bro.
What's happening, huh?
Talk about it.
Look, man, Lisa funny.
Yeah, she be trolling on.
I don't even be watching the chat like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to back you up, bro.
Yeah, man. Hold on. Oh.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, we good. We gotta get up out of this chat. Yeah. So listen, y'all. Tonight was a definitely interesting night. It was definitely an interesting night. But you know, you talk about coming up with different topics for the night, things that are lighted up, conversations we could get into. But one of the things I wanted to make sure was that I didn't keep y'all on some curriculum. You know, I wanted to make sure that this environment is less like somebody just giving you their playlist and more like y'all making requests. So the garden was able to kind of tailor where the conversation went, and I can respect that. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, we are going to return to the topic because there were definitely certain questions that we needed to ask and some conversations, you know. But I definitely appreciate you guys as well as Gina789 for allowing me to economize on my content calendar. So I do have some things that I was able to add from today to another day. And it's all good. So, do we have any words or any parting, you know, feelings you guys want to express tonight before we shut this down and I chop this crazy episode into some weird ass clips?
Flowers first. Flowers first.
I've been being bad in the chat. My bad, y'all. We didn't even stay on topic, which was the whole polygamy. We did for a while.
Hey, I'm calling you Remy.
Danique Anthony gonna have a hell of a time clipping this one up. I'll tell you that.
You said you calling me what?
Remy Ma.
Why I gotta be Remy Ma?
You gangster.
She's beautiful, but she's a whole gangster.
No, you know what I used to work at this club, and there was this DJ, Sweet Music. He used to call me the finisher. He used to be like, "You gonna believe me to the bar? She's the finisher."
Oh my god!
Hey, look, she broke Chef, bro.
She is a whole.
Look at you. Hey man, look, you done breaking everything right here.
But nah, I really, yeah.
Yo, to be a female with the name The Finisher, you are a double OG thug. I appreciate you. Yeah.
No, it was either the finisher or a little firecracker because I'm short. So, but yeah, I just listen. Oh, it's Notorious. Yeah, I am Notorious Lily. Everybody called me. My best friend was like Notorious. Yeah, everybody calls me Notorious. That's my little.
Now say your piece,
but,
So look, check this out. You know where we at, so I'm gonna need you to hop up here because you got some stories that I'm gonna need from you because I'm gonna need some understanding.
Listen, so I work in the airport. I bartend. I do the early morning shift. So like, I'm gonna say if y'all definitely do Sunday Mondays, I'm definitely here. I'm gonna try on some other days. I'll just be a little tired at work, but you know.
we're gonna talk in the back chat, but what was did you have some final thoughts about the topics?
I just want to say keep doing what y'all doing. Love the energy. You know, I definitely try to keep it in line. I have my moments where I get a little petty. It just got funny in the chat, guys. I'm sorry. Please, I'm gonna be here when you on mute, Chef, again.
I'm telling you, he need to just be the talent. He can't produce the shit, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. He's still fucking up. He is over there crying, bro. Look like he's trying to wipe tears out of his face right now, bro. He's trying to wipe tears all the way out his face right now.
But
Oh,
yeah,
hey, don't you edit this part out, Chef?
I love this show.
That was funny, Chef. I didn't even expect your reaction to go like that.
He's all the way fucked up. Gonna have to drop out and come right back. He all the way messed up.
I think your mic might be. Hey, he didn't drop a whole glass of wine in his mic.
Got a little serious, but it was a little funny. It got a little hilarious in the chat. I was just like, okay, we doing too much. Let me stop too. But yeah, it was great coming up here. I wish I would have had a little more serious stuff to talk about, but I definitely will be back up. I definitely want to hop on one of King's panels one day. But Chef, I'm rocking with you ever since I seen the 4 Horsemen. Love the way you rock. Love the platform. Love what you guys are doing. Love all the support. Shout out to everybody in the chat that I always see. Loverboy Linsky, Quantum Love, Sherelle. I always see you guys doing your thing. Yeah. So, just keep this flower growing. And we're not perfect. I can be very opinionated, but I've grown so much. I'm definitely not judgmental, and I definitely don't try to have opinions on people. She told her business, like she said, though. If you're going to tell your business, don't tell somebody not to have an opinion now. Like, you shouldn't even spoke it. And we're not judging you, like we were saying. But
we don't need no more flour. I swear, the sauce is thick enough. I swear.
Yeah, I'll be spicy on a different topic in a different way. I wasn't even trying.
Yeah, we'll get him again next time.
Yeah, this was just hilarious though. But thank you guys.
Okay,
sure.
so
Bliss,
real
what's
quick,
up?
I missed the whole show, so I don't have much to say.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, sure enough.
Shit, man. Yo, man. Well, yo, why you try to choke me like that, man? You said that old bullshit and you had me speak. Yo, I couldn't even hold that in no more, man. That messed up my damn laptop, yo.
My bad, Chef.
She said,
Chef, a few of my cryptos done hit. I'm in the chat. I'm drop an email in my Instagram, y'all could all, because I want to stay connected with y'all. But especially if you into the crypto and you ever do a show about that, I'm new in it, but
we just did.
Let's talk about that.
Okay,
can I just make my final statement so I could go? Can I make my final statement so I can go?
Girl.
Okay. Look
go ahead, do your thing. This is all you.
Chef is funny. Okay.
Yo, y'all got me all crazy tonight, man. For real, yo. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, because I'm going back and forth with homegirl in the chat. So listen, Gina789. I don't mean you any disrespects, but what I will say is this. You need to learn how to conduct yourself. Okay? When you're having a conversation with people, whether you agree or not, there's a way to have the conversation, and what you were doing is not it. And now you're in a chat calling people vulgar and all types of names when you're the exact thing that you're calling everyone else. So again, no disrespect to you. I'm happy you were here because I do agree that there are things we can learn from each other, but nobody can learn anything if you're just going to keep talking over people and being rude and being disrespectful. Get to the point and da. Nothing constructive can happen that way. So that's all I had to say. I appreciate you guys having me up.
Respect.
Thank you. And you'll be called as a witness from Shalisa trying to choke me out with a bullshit ass joke. Throw me all the way off, yo.
I like Shalisa. I'm taking her email down when she puts it in the chat.
Oh, bless me. I love your energy too. Yes, I'll definitely hit you up.
Okay, take care.
Yeah, I hope y'all still like me after my petty moments. Because with
this come on, man. Petty moments.
I'm done. I'm like,
yo, the petty moments make us human. Remember that. The petty moments make us human. You guys almost saw me die on camera from laughing. Okay? So it's okay. It's okay. Well, look, y'all. Tonight was an exciting night. You know what I mean? I'm going to need a new laptop in the morning. But it's okay. God is good. You know, and he's taking care of me and taking care of us. But, yo, this is a wild-ass night. It's wild. But anyway, This is what happens on this platform. Things seem that they're gonna go a certain way, and they may go a totally different way. But it's okay. We keep it organic here, and we're here for you guys. This is our garden. This is your garden. This is all about crib. So I want to thank each and every one of you for popping in. Vic and 100 Watts, did you guys get to give your statements about why y'all are so special to me and where folks can go and find some of that special energy at? Talk to them.
What's happening with it? You go by the name of 100 Watt Cook, man. Earning My Stripes podcast. It's in the chat. Earning My Stripes podcast. Go ahead, search it on YouTube. Subscribe right now. We having an after party as soon as this is over with. I need y'all to rock with your boy one time. Look, he said, "Tell you why I'm special to him." I mean, it's only one of me. It's only one of me. You can try and recreate it if you want to, but I promise you're gonna have a hard time doing it. Sounds scary, but it's just the truth. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and back up with all that fire. Just drop it. Go ahead and hit it one time.
All right, y'all. Oh, go ahead, Vic. My bad.
Yeah. It's your boy Victor Freeze. Music. You know, that's my primary game, but we just stepping out here in this podcast world, and I'm happy to be a part of what we got going on here because we talking that talk and we actually get into some solutions. So I'm very honored to be a part of what Chef got going on here. And as the young brother Watts just so eloquently laid out that we are one of ones over here. So there's no slight. There's no slight. We learn graciously from our elder Yoda dropping gems on y'all right now. And we're gonna be right behind him. So y'all double over there to 100 Watts, and I might make a guest appearance for a few minutes.
All right, and I'm about to try and dry this laptop out too, and then pop over to the kid. Well, yeah, man. Yeah, I got to find that clip. That's an exclusive right there. Chef's bloopers. So yo, at this point, 2 hours, 57 minutes on my first StreamYard non-free broadcast without that nasty little duck in the top right corner. No duck. What the duck?
Yo,
yeah.
It's crazy. It just clicked to me because E Black popped up in the chat and said that and disappeared, and I didn't know what he meant till you just said that. Oh my god.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. It's really not even expensive. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I just came on the StreamYard and I was just doing StreamYard. And then it's like I was reading this thing and they was like, yeah, you could tell that somebody ain't that good because they still got the duck on their shit. And I was like, oh. So that means I've been rocking like the fake Jordans and shit, the Jordan Fusions when everybody rocking the retros, the 1s and the 9s and the 11s. And I got the Team Jordan joints. So I was like, oh, no, I can't do that. But that almost 6-hour stream we did yesterday, StreamYard hit me with like, yo, you used up all of your free shit. I was like, yeah. So, but that's a good problem, ain't it? That's a good problem, though, yeah?
Love it.
That we got something to say. So listen, look at this, man. God is good. 2:06 a.m. on a freaking Tuesday night, Monday night. And we still got 14 people watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to jump up and shake my ass. Then I'm gonna let it go, yo.
Drop that link.
What's up on that, bro?
But yo,
you said you put the link in there, Watts?
Put that link. Put the link in the chat so I put it in for him. I don't got you. Not a moderator on my joint, Watts?
No, not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna fix that. But put it in the private chat, and then I'll copy it.
See, you got me working on 2 different devices and shit. See, I'm trying to work on my language. Nope, that's not it.
Or just put it into whichever one. Put it into whichever chat, and then I'll just post it in there so they could go to it, man.
All right, I'll do that right now.
Yo, shout out to King for coming through and showing face. I thought that
All
was
day.
me.
Yep.
Wait, 100 watts is coming, going live now.
Yeah, I'm about to. As soon as we hop off here, y'all gonna have to give me a quick little. Let me get a snack break.
Damn, I got this
10
phone
minutes.
hold
You know what I'm
close
saying?
up on my joint.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna come through at least for an hour, try to, give you your support.
All right, no, and I appreciate that for sure, 100%. Earning My Stripes podcast. Y'all make sure y'all search that, hit subscribe. Earning My Stripes podcast.
Hold on.
Try and get the link to you. I want to ask while Chef working something out. I want to ask something to the flower remaining here in the room. I want to ask you a quick question based on some of the
Sure.
conversation that we had here today. I've had an idea saying that I don't think that it's necessary for my daughter to date in high school just because of a warped perception about relationships that come from that age. Would you agree or disagree with
I agree.
But you're gonna ask it. If you're gonna ask that question, then you gotta tie
I
it in.
agree,
You
and
gotta
I can
tie it into
answer
the
it on
old
the
stuff.
show. I agree, and I can answer it on the show.
I got you.
I talked to my goddaughter in college about not dating right now. Yeah, she's already dated. Yeah, focus right now. Yeah, so
Save that. What?
Say again?
Save
I
that.
said, yeah, but I'll hop up. I definitely agree with what you're doing, and I just think you need to put it to her in a way where it's about knowing that there's something Queen Afua said. If we heal the womb, we could heal the nation. If we started women started healing a little more first, especially their wombs. All of the men they've been with, all of the, whether, I don't care if it's abortions, STDs, I don't care if it's you've lost children, all of that trauma spiritually, physically to your body. When you heal that, why does your daughter need to go through healing that? When she can she got to go through life and go through heartbreak, of course.
See.
But she needs to know herself a little better
I need you
before
on
she
low
knows
heat right
somebody.
now. I need you on low heat right now. Low heat. We're gonna let you turn the heat up
Okay.
in just a second. We're gonna switch
Let
over.
me get out of here.
Low heat.
All right, but yeah, I agree with you. You're doing the right thing. Good dad. Great dad. Is Chef frozen?
Do your
No,
do, Chef.
Chef is not frozen. Chef is looking at the laptop. He messed up. But
Okay.
anyway, yeah,
Chef,
man.
I feel like I gotta help you get a new laptop.
Oh no, you good. You good, man. This is very entertaining. I'm looking at I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the replay. That was entertaining, man. Look, y'all. This is real life. This is real life we got over here, man.
Ain't a fool.
Thank you for real. Thank you for being a part of this real ass life. Thank you for joining the show. You know, we call it the post game show. Is it really a post game show? Nah, it's a show on its own. I use the post game show as a thing to create a draw early on to bring you back from the original broadcast, but we don't got to do that anymore, man. This broadcast is organic within itself. So if you pop up in the living room, make sure take your shoes off, and you're gonna have a good ass time. And we're gonna talk about what you want to talk about, and that's what it is. Thank you to the Jedi Knights for jumping in. Thank you, Just Vic, 100 Watts, Shalisa Epps, Bliss Me, and special thank you to Gina789 for being a sweet flower contributor to some dope ass clips I'm finna clip up.
Love you, Gina.
Love you, girl. But thank you, y'all. Even though we seen now the numbers going up to 17, I can't tap dance no more, man. All right. Love y'all. Take this love over to my man 100 Watts page, because he got something for you. I'm gonna pop in too, but I gotta do some my own stuff for a minute, man. Peace and love.
Peace out.
Thank you. Yeah.